Ooh. All right. I will say the ambience and musical vibe is rather calming to listen to. So this is another one of those games where I did not look up anything. I saw a few screenshots and I got to see one piece of art. So we'll see how things go. And I'm hope things connect properly. The internet's been a little bit on the fritz right now, so at least I think it's been. I don't know. Graciously. Yep, live. Okay. So it's just the connection to stream elements that's a little slow. Well, that's fair. And at time of recording to first day, it is the first day of daylight savings, which I still don't know why America does it. Just weird. At this point, it's just to mess with people. I don't think it's for any reason. There's no logical reason to do this. Like, why not just keep the time where it is? Oh. Oh well. Nothing I can do about it. Oh. Quite a visual to come to. Very pretty. You lost her ability to sing? Much confusion. Very interesting visual so far. Certainly some fascinating visuals so far. Seems to be their strengths, is the visual side so far. Great impression. I think the first impression's probably the hardest to land. So having a great first impression that's really good. Can I go left? Can go left. I think over on the left. Nope. I tried pressing A to jump and she just fell over. I see. The key of I think the key for devs of any size is knowing what the strengths of your team and the strengths of your each individual person is. Seems to me like a lot of teams they find people with exceptional vision for a visual. And I think that's fantastic. And definitely with the programming side, you have to program this art in so that it's able to do the things that you want it to do. And that's very cool. Some games sacrifice gameplay for that, and we'll see if this game how this game handles the gameplay side of it. So far, the art side is It's rather phenomenal. So minimal at this point. Ah. Now I can jump. Now the question, can I go back the way I came and now that I have a jump button? Might as well check. Look at that. The animations are rather smooth. It seems like they put a lot of time and effort into making these animations. I can't go back that way. Okay, understood. And I can tell that they've locked their animations to a certain frame rate, at the very least, to like, because it seems like everything moves at its speed. I like the parallax too. Look at that. The parallax motion of the background is very cool. Very vast. They're doing a lot of stuff with foreground and background to create their environments. That's really neat. I can only imagine they'll innovate on this as we go. Whee! Oh good, no fall damage. Just hit the ground and just like eat it. Suddenly and thoroughly. Pressed B and I can't sing. No other buttons do anything yet, so... Ooh, there we go. Has a lot of the, like, the notebook feel. Like, notebook drawing feel. It's very evocative. I think the only thing I'm... It's like it hasn't done... so far it's been... It reminds me of other games of its style. Which is certainly not a bad thing. But I'm curious what this one will bring uniquely to it. Oh. That would explain the star chart stuff we saw in the main menu then. Is the way that the thing chases behind us, it has those dots on it. It looks like a star chart. Very cool. Let's see. Ah, so you can, so they're, oh, that's cool. Okay, wait, let me see something. And does it, ah. So you can pass behind a platform or land on top of it. Interesting. Interesting. Do that here as well? Ah, you can. Interesting. It's fascinating when you see games playing with dimensions like this, because if you're in a 2D game, you can only move... You only have the 2 dimensions to look at your screen, but that doesn't mean you only have 2 dimensions in movement. So we need a third dot, and then we can make a bridge of some kind. There's one up there. So I'm guessing we have to figure out how to get up there if we're gonna go that way. Interesting. The visual language is a bit strange in terms of what is and isn't a valid platform. I think this distance is a little bit nerve-wracking to try and make such... Oh. Oh. So these stars form constellations of sorts so we can move. Whee. There we are. Now we have the 3 we need. That's some good level design too, having it so that you finish the thing you need to do and then it loops you back around rather elegantly. It seems simple to do, but it's always hard to do it in a way that both tells the story and fits your environment and also feels natural and also feels nice in terms of play. But getting it down is very good. I think it's a tough one to do, level design-wise. Ah, we're back at... We found, hand. What is her connection to these hands, I wonder? Oh. I float. Ooh. Very evocative. Doing some very cool stuff. I think especially the fact that every frame feels like a very stark art painting. Very cool. Very pretty. Gameplay-wise, it seems the gameplay is more our vehicle to experience the story and the art, less than directly. I don't know how challenging this will get. So far, it hasn't been pushing me too much yet, but I'm curious what the end of the game will appear with. There goes our dots. I'm curious what the imagery of stars will give us in terms of symbolism for the story. Also, Emeraldo, you got first today. Sorry, I was rambling, but how's it going? How's it going? I'm rambling a little bit. I'm liking what this game's putting down so far. Let's see. Where do we go now? Now it seems like we have a bit of a... Let's see. Ah, so we have different areas and we have to get all those. We have to get as many stars as we can. I see. Okay. Is there one under here? Nope. But there's another area, so... So I'm guessing each constellation has different sets we need to acquire. Okay. Makes sense. Whee. Ooh. This feels like a Journey reference, but I think it's only because it's a person in a cloak sliding down a sandy area with pillars. But that's some lovely imagery. It's gonna be hard for me to not just say the game is very pretty. But it is their strength. It seems that this game's core strength, above anything else, is its usage of color and imagery. I think the art is where this game is really shining. It's clear to me that the team's greater strengths were in its art and art programming. Still very hard to put together well. So the fact it's very easy I think it's very easy to capture somebody with exceptional visuals. But the imagination, I think, is captured also through... Oh, I wasn't moving there. That's weird. Kind of felt like they wanted you to go a certain way, so they just made me move there. Oh, that's the title screen. GRIS. Let's see. Yeah, they took away my control there. I thought I was going up there myself. Alright then. Whee. Interesting choice, though, to do that, instead of having the player run up there themselves. Because they could have had just as well to have the point of... the point where at the top, just have it so it locks them in for the landing. But I guess it wouldn't be as cinematic, but... A bit odd. A bit odd of a visual choice. Of a gameplay choice, I guess I would say. Okay. I don't know what that does, so I'm guessing it's a save point of sorts. Oh, time to go. But game has I think a lot of these indie games also do a good job of trying to make it so that their introductions are strong. Because I think a lot of them would have issues if the introduction and that opening moment wasn't as evocative. It wasn't immediately gripping. I do think that having to stand out is hard. I'm curious. So it's nice that a lot of these games do their best to make their start as get you moving as much as possible in terms of catching your curiosity and having their hook strongly set. Oh. Got blown right back into the door. Let's see. So I'm guessing that I have to find shelter in between these rapid fire sandstorms, I'm guessing. These little jibber jabbers. Hello. Hello. Oh god. I see. It's a little bit hard to time that because it's just enough time to have a little bit of a lull. It's a little difficult to time that, but it seems to me like I'm going to be just off time for a while, so that's okay. Uh-oh. Interestingly, you don't go very far backwards if you're caught out in the middle. I imagine that the platforming is going to require me to understand that wind pattern. But we'll see. I think I'll wait until the wind comes back to move again. It is kind of funny that it's basically the Mozart piano comes rocking in every time it's time for that to happen. It just kicks on the Mozart. I think it's a Bach move as well. I forget where that particular alternating pattern in the music comes from precisely, but feels like a Mozart move, like classical era. Actually, it feels like a Bach move. Maybe, I don't know. My musical history is not as strong as I wish it was. At least my knowledge of it. Whee! Let's see. Oh, don't have 2 stars. We lack the 2 stars necessary. It does seem to me that gameplay-wise, the game is a bit more focused on... Seems a bit more focused on the exploration side. But the platforming is rather simplistic, so I'm left curious as to how complex are they willing to push it. I do like the way that they're using the combinations of like more digital sharpness in their line work versus the because there's the sharpness of the objects in the foreground and the places you can walk. And then there's the very foreground, like the paint style stuff and the lighting. It seems to me like they do more paint. It's more like styled like paint rather than being the sharp digital style lines. Because they made the gameplay elements very sharp, which I do commend them for. Because I do know that some games don't do that, and having what is touchable and what is not very strictly defined is a problem we have seen some games run into, where the visual language can sometimes fight with itself. I am already immediately intrigued by this, though. It's pretty sick. Whee! This is very cool. It's fascinating seeing it is very cool to see how they're playing with this. But them keeping the foreground and what you can and can't jump to clear, that is fantastic visual language. That's very good. Go. There's another thing over here. Can I touch it? Can't touch it here. I think those are save points, if I'm not mistaken, but gonna double check because I'm curious. Ah. So clearly there's some ability. It's kind of feels to me like this game is almost a Metroidvania. Because there's clearly abilities I'm lacking that I need to find and figure out. I'm gonna feel bad for everybody who doesn't live in the continental U.S. who doesn't have the time zone shift, because boy. Let's see. What did we find? We have formed a box. Oh. Old X. Interesting. So I can go immediately back to where I was earlier and go get the thing. Interesting. Interesting that her cloak can turn into a full box. I want to see how that works in practice. Well, that's pretty cool. I get a drop ability. Interesting. It is fun. It is interesting how far away you spend, how far away you are from the screen, from your character in the majority of this game so far. And I think I respect that it's to let you admire the vastness of your situation. It's very clear how big the area is without having to go super wide. I think it's kind of funny because one of the strengths in and just as I talk about it, I think one of the funnier things to me about two games in the 2D space is often in the 2D space you're able to give almost a larger sense of scale because you're able to present the world using perspective shifting. And you can do that in a way with 3D, but I do find it can be harder in 3D to truly give scale without properly building things in a massive way. I think 2D has an advantage there because they're able to skew, and there are ways in 2D art to be able to... Okay, I'm not going to go down there yet. I want to see what's on the other side. Is there a wall? Something over here. There is a spider. How do they grow? Because rocks usually erode. How do these ones get bigger? Or are they born very large and then grow to be smaller? Or are they like hermit crabs where they just kind of... Okay. So that goes out that side. Before I get too far away from there, I'm gonna go check that hole in the floor. The mechanics of that are very interesting. Oh, you can ring the bells. That's nice. Down I go. It's like using down B as Kirby in Smash Brothers. Huh. That's pretty cool. Oh. Whoa. Some insane visuals to see. Ooh. Ah, yes, we're gonna summon Dark Link. Dark GRIS. Oh, I can break these. Bonk. Interesting that when you break them, more birds come out. Whoa. I don't know if that was what I was supposed to do, but I did it. Huh. Alright then. I don't know what I did, but I did it. Down I go. Ah, yes. The Sonic Adventure 2 level. Just... It just starts grinding everywhere. Curious where this is leading. Because so far I have events that have occurred, and then I'm trying to. It's more or less me trying to interpret the events that I come to experience. I'm curious how this is gonna go. Whee. I have this box ability. I'm guessing this is what I need this to get to another area that we haven't, from the hub area. I had to take a logical leap. But now I'm kind of wondering if I missed something because I didn't go down that other path. Because I did entirely miss something over there. Because I had to in order to just drop down that hole. I am wondering if I really whiffed on seeing something. That might have gone too fast, I think. But I won't know until... Won't really know until we get further in. Oop. Works out pretty well. Oh, I see. Oh. I keep missing the thing. This one has 2, so I can definitely make this jump. It's interesting how much of this feels like esoteric astronomer equipment. Ah, there's the 3rd star. I see. Does make me wonder how much... It makes me wonder how much the platforming is going to raise the bar in terms of difficulty. So far, I've been, my brain is working on gut instinct from other games I've played. I'm very curious how that will affect me later. I'm curious how my own internal instincts will push me one way or the other. I could definitely see my natural instincts in platforming and video games in general either working for me or against me when it comes to how this game works. But we'll see. There we are. Thing. I still don't know what those even are. I don't know what they really do, but... well, we got them, though. What else do I need to know? Pretty sure the game will give me room to interpret later. I gotta say, the one thing I'm curious to most of all is if there's... Because I'm playing this without the benefit of prior research or additional time to sit and figure out how the game works and what it's... And, like reading up on store pages. Because what I usually do with games, especially if I find them through the Game Pass or I'm recommended them, is I try to go in as blind as possible. Because it's nice to approach these games based solely on their merit and not on... And what they provide as a game, not by using other external sources. But sometimes that also means that I miss vital information, like story that you would know by reading like an instruction manual, for example. Because that's a problem we've run into with other games where I don't have a manual, so I have to go and figure things out later. Most recently we had the original Fear, and that one had quite a problem for me where I had to suss things out later. Oh, I have to hit it in the middle. There we go. There we are. Oh. God. Thing is getting rather... The machinations at play here are rather complicated. At least in terms of the, like, in-universe machinations, I mean. Funny thing is, spinning a platform is... Oh. Spinning a platform isn't too bad. I don't find it. I see. I can use this platform. Alrighty. So I'm guessing I have to find a good chunk of stars and then bring them back for later usage. I'm intrigued how long this game must be then. Oh, okay. Ah, I see. So now that the rock is free, it will float up. One part of, I think, storytelling that can be... Oh. I think it's going a little bit high, isn't it? Oh, it stopped. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, hang on a moment there. Oh. Huh. Interesting. I think some of the visual language in games like this can be enough to work from in terms of interpreting the story and that such. Oh, maybe I can... I see. I can weigh it back down so I can go and grab the star. I see, I see. How heavy does she become if you drop down like that? Because that's... You gotta be... Oh! Forgot my jump height is only a little bit higher. But... Yeah, I think certainly on the side of... on, like, things that this game is doing very, very well right away, I think is just the... It pulls from other games that have a deep understanding of how to produce a story without words, which is a style for a good like I'd say 7-8 years for a while there in the indie scene was storytelling. The storytelling without words was a big hit. Oh. Nope, you can't. It's interesting how much speed you can get and how much speed you are unable to get with this character. It's intriguing. I think in general the uniqueness in the presentation and the storytelling is very cool. I think at times it can be tough when you have to judge a game on all aspects, you know? And it's not judgment good or bad. It's judgment as like, okay, taking in a thing and understanding it and having to grapple with it. It's like, okay, well, taking it on all its aspects, how do I feel about this? If I do this one, it's interesting because I think the... Oh. There he goes. But when you're taking in a game on all fronts, you have to consider all aspects. There we are. So it is some sort of... So they're robots and they're like robot hermit crabs. That's interesting. They take up a residence in rocks. Interesting. Wonder why. Wonder if it's fulfilling for them. Wonder if they like the rock. Do they have sentimental value for their stonework? Okay, I think I just go back now because I have enough stars. I think. But I think so far game isn't challenging me so much, which I think that fits this well. I think when you have a game where you're kind of kind of your goal with the game isn't necessarily to, you know, test the player in these like excessive ways, or even in just like, if your goal isn't to challenge them at like high levels, your goal is to give them enough to engage but not threaten, I guess would be the way I would put it. Because this game definitely doesn't feel like it's trying to arrest your attention through testing your reflexes or your might, or your floor planning, or any like grand level of thing. I think that's okay. I think that's a fair thing to do. I think I need to drop from higher, maybe? Uncertain. I definitely don't have enough weight, and I don't have enough speed from here. Yeah, so I have to go up and drop down. I see. Okay, yeah, so like I said earlier, how they make a good job of telling you where you can and can't jump. The fact that they outline the black lines with white so that you can see where you can jump to and from, very helpful. Oh, what? Thought I had it. Surprised that didn't go off. But see how the platforms highlight white a little bit when you're looking to jump? That's very good. That's some great visual. That's some great visual telling. Oh, I see. There's a higher spot up there. I see. Interesting. Camera moving away from me is a little awkward, but oh, they're trying to make sure you can line it up. Let's see. Oh. There we go. Windmill. Again, very striking. I think definitely one of the things that this game is doing really, I've already noticed it, but I haven't said anything about it, was the camera control. Because part of any visual art and visual, especially in video games, visual programming, your camera work has to be on point. No matter how good your game looks, no matter how great your graphics are or your art is, if you're not framing it in ways that are both intuitive, that help the gameplay, and in ways that are also, you know, that evoke things, that make you, that do that, fill in not just a objective goal, but a subjective goal. Oh, hey, found another pair of hands. The color blue. Oh, blue or green? That's like definitively blue, but plant life. New colors. Green. Colors been brought back. Kind of seems strange. Oh, my control has been arrested once more. I think what's funny is that it says green, and I'm like, well, there was also blue on the hands, but all right, green is the main focus. That's good though, mainly with the plants, especially. And even the sky gets hues of green now. Interesting. And mix it. So now I'm curious of if is it green digitally or green paint wise? Because mixing the three primary, because I guess the funny thing is that green isn't a primary color in paint, but green is a primary color for computers. And I think often in... Oh, Cloudy, how's it going today? Got second, too. I'll stretch and hydrate while we see this pretty skyline. Oh, oh boy. How's it going today? I think I probably confused a lot of people because daylight savings happened and now the universe moves at different times. Need to hydrate. Going well. This game was good. I remember steamrolling through it. That's kind of what I'm feeling. You know, it's like, not even in a bad way. It feels like I'm steamrolling through it in a way that is... It kind of feels like I'm moving at a comfortable pace, which is nice. I think it's very striking. It's very striking visually. Like, gameplay... I don't think I'll remember the gameplay too much, but I think the visuals will be playing in my mind for a while. It is so beautiful. Yeah, and I think... I was thinking about it because it kind of like... I kind of got reminded of it because I was looking at the colors and stuff, because it was like, oh, you got red and green, and I'm thinking... It's funny how with digital art, how prevalent it is, because I was thinking about how in paint, primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. Those are the hues that we mix. But when it comes to color theory in digital art, I often work in red, green, and blue, so it's kind of fascinating how different it is now. Yeah, because look at this. This is very pretty. Oh, look at the little bee-boos. That's nice. Yeah, it's funny because the reason my attention was turned to this game was strictly because of Steam. Because when I was getting ready to release Red Genie, Steam actually uses GRIS, this game, GRIS, it uses its banners as the example art for a lot of their banner work, for a lot of the banners when you're making assets, like when they're showing what it should look like. So it's kind of funny because in my head, it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense then that this game's artwork must be like they clearly have a great ideas to the visual language because they're being used as reference for other things. And I can get that. Yep. I do find it weird how they will take control from you so you go specific ways. I do find that a bit surprising. Because the game sometimes takes away your control when they want you to land somewhere specific. It's a bit strange. I do find it funny that earlier they were using just sharp lines for the desert hills, but for these softer grass hills, they're using a lot of this, like the sketch lines. Like these sharp, these like lines. I think it's really nice, because it means that they can showcase softness without changing without escaping their visual style. Like they can reveal a texture. That's very cool. I definitely think the visual art is where there's a lot that they're doing with it. Their language is very strong. I think the only downside is that a lot of their puzzles seem to be timed so that if you come to intuit and understand them very early, like you see where you have to go and you know where you're going, which this game does a, understandably great job of making sure you understand. You can pretty easily like one-shot most of these platforming puzzles. Like the moment this shows up, this shows up, this shows up, shows up. Something like this where you have a platforming puzzle that is timed so specifically so that you can kind of one-tap it. Which is not at all a horrible thing, but I do think that it can be... I think it can be a bit strange, because it means that you can very quickly kind of zoom through. Hello. But it's fascinating that... It takes a lot to get the timing down on that, so I can definitely appreciate that. Whee! Down I go. The apples are square. I just noticed that. Oh, small one. How are you? That's adorable. Little dude's just following you around, but you're just kind of going on your way. Look at him go. That's adorable. I think it's definitely getting benefits of taking your time to look around the environment and backgrounds. Yeah, exactly. Like the journey is not meant to be finished like at a sprinter's pace. It's one of those journeys that you want to take at a it's like you kind of feel like you should be taking it at a walking pace. I can respect that. I think the parallax backgrounds are where my brain is most entertained, because they like just looking at how they evoke depth in this game, in this like with a 2D setup is just it's very pretty. Because they're not just doing one parallax background. It's like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's like 5 or 6 at any given time. Oh, I'm a confusion. My brain did not intuit what I was supposed to do. Oops. Oh, I see. There are apples I need to feed this boy. I see. I understand now what I have to do. Bonk. There you go, little guy. I have to feed him. Even just admiring the animations, like her turning and stopping. Yeah. What is interesting to me is that there's clearly a set frame rate that they're working from. Which is a bit odd, but I can tell that their animations only have so many frames per, per animation. And I think it's what serves to make everything look so physical. Like, it kind of feels like, okay, yeah, this looks like it was like a cell, like the shading was done on like a piece on paper. Like, it feels like this was definitely done on paper because of the way that it's hello. Yeah, look at him. Look at that animation. Look how adorable that all is. I think it's stuff like this where you have... Oh, down we go. You have a visual language that is being highlighted by a very physical sort. I think only so many games can do this, where they have a visual language that you can reproduce like this. I definitely think that it's hard to make a video game feel like a physical thing at times. I think that can be very hard, where you have like you give people the sensation of touch. I know that I think Cuphead did a good job of that, where everything felt like paper. Like, this was clearly done on paper. Oh, he's down there. Okay. Oh, this little dude. Okay, I have to get him up there somehow. How do I do that? I see. I do need him up there, so... Let's see. Jump. You... I think I might have to go without him for a moment and then come back so I can see if I can get him up here. Hang on. I'll be right back, little dude. One moment. How do I... Is that it? What is that emote? How do I get up there? Brain has to work a little bit harder. I did have a rather exciting weekend. I was quite busy. Maybe I just break this. Oh, I see. Broke it. See. Me sipping. That's a good one. That's a good one. I have not yet seen this one. Oh, he can follow my moves on dropping. Oh, that's cool. I've taught my son well. We have a child. We have child. Look at him. You should all be referred to from now on as child. Child, eat food. Adorable boy. Let him go. He's having a good day. Oh. He broke the floor. How do I get out of here? Oh, there's a floor down here. I see. Down I go. Oh, a small one. How are you? Me and my son breaking the ruins of this world for fun. Oh, look at him roll. Oh my god. Do you have fall damage? Nope. Excellent. Let us go. I think there's something quite precious about being able to... about giving you a companion. I think the dread is if you've played enough games, you know that your companionship only lasts as long as, like, a certain point. I hope that this boy does not get hurt by the end of it. Though I see his head is cracking, so that makes me a little worried for him. Oh, can't go down there. I reckon I must continue. Whoop. Yeah, because look at it, like, just look at how all this looks. Farewell, boy. Ah, he has to go for now. That's okay. It was nice to have met him, you know? Missing 2 stars, I see. I must go forward and find stars. Oh. Oh, I need to go down there. I need to go down here for something for sure. Down here. The roots of the tree. I have to look around. The boy has gone. That's okay. I came from this side, yeah? Thought I did. Oh, never mind. Where am I? Thought I came from here. We loved boy when we had him. Yeah, we gave him food and gave him a happy time, and then that's what we needed. How nice to have a friendship that purely consists of apples and being nice to each other. The child was exceptional. Love these little dudes. Look at them. Wonder what... I guess the funny thing is that there is so much unexplained that I don't even question it, you know? Oh, there he is. Oh, my boy. Oh, my boy. Oh, you found the star. Good job, boy. Boy. Ah, well, you have friends here, so that's excellent. I'll see you later, boy. I wish he gets to stay with his friends. That's nice. See, to me that's a nice ending for him because it's like, oh yeah, he gets to have his friends. He gets to hang out with boy. He gets to hang out with his fellow lads. Ain't that nice? All right, we have one of the 2 we need, so we need to go the other way and then we'll find the last one. Aw, the boy. He's so adorable. Look at the lad. It is, I think with some stories, you know, you're given enough information to be able to question how the world works or how things are. But when you're given so little and you're the one making the interpretations, you're making the call as to what is happening in this story. Oh, that's some great game design. Hang on. So they're showing you in the next area that your jump controls the platforms. That's a good place to do it too, because they're showing you this mechanic before they say, okay, now put it in application, see? So now, because now I'll have to put it to the test. See? That's very cool. I like that a lot. I can really appreciate it when they do, when the dev is like, oh yeah, we're gonna make sure that you have a safe place to test an idea. Some games don't do that, and you can really feel it when they don't give you a place to actually learn a mechanic. They just kind of expect you to understand. Which can be fine. Okay, I need to... This way. This way. That way. This way. Oh, nope. That one's gonna be... Okay, that one, that one's gonna be a little tough. I'm gonna have to come back to that. Alright, and then up. Up. Interesting. Oh. And... Guessing I have to do something over here? Nope. I think this is, yeah, this is the way back for when we're done. Okay, I see. I need to come back around. I did not fully read the puzzle. I do think that the visual of the trees suddenly flipping every time you jump is a little strange, but it's very pretty. It's a very pretty visual to admire from here. Oh. Okay, I see. I think I understand what I need to do. I need to come from this way for sure. Yeah, because you need to come from this way. Yep. There we go. Okay, and now... saw something over here. Yeah, because there's the memento thingy over there. Whoop. Oh, I see. It's one of the easiest puzzles in the book, is you just have to not jump. It's one of those ones where you have to control your temperament of jumping in order to get it to flip the way you need it to. Because it's very easy to think you need to jump for that, but you don't need to. You just need to walk. And there's a bunch of games that have done that where you have to just learn that you have to not jump but walk. Some of them have done it worse than others though, where they try to do that, but they don't show you it in a safer place to test it. Because some ideas are meant to be tested in the heat of the moment, but some ideas you really need to have a safe spot to see that idea, to see the idea first. What the? Whoa. Oh, so do I have a double jump now? Hold A. Ah, I have a glide jump now. Oh, and I like that it turns into little wings. That's nice. It's a nice touch. I think the double jump. I think the double jump is probably. I think it's kind of funny to me because it's one of those upgrades in video games that is very hard to escape from when you're making a platformer. I think it's very hard to not, like, you have to really restrain yourself to not make it an upgrade at some point to have a double jump type thing. It is a hard thing to do, I think. When you're a dev on a platforming game, the double jump, either adding it and making it a fundamental part of the game, or adding it later as an upgrade that you get for future platforming. Very hard to hold yourself back on that. Some games make it, they explain it and that works very well, but I think it's funny because this game, it's like, it doesn't feel like a horrible extension of the rules. It feels like, yes, this is a natural extension based on what we've seen this character doing already. And that makes sense, and that works very well. Because that's the key. The key is that that you have to extend the rules in natural ways. Like ways that make sense as per the story and ideas you're already going for. I see. I know. I think I know what I have to do now. Which I think in other games, it can be hard to tell what is and isn't a good extension of rules. Because when you're talking about the story, you have to make your upgrades make sense in the world of the game. Because mechanically, yeah, they make sense, but do they make sense in the context of what you've already presented us? Like, technically, like, in God of War 2, it's when you first get it. You can get an upgrade for a glide jump like this, basically. But that glide jump makes sense because they show the story of, oh yeah, Icarus, like, you get them from Icarus. You get, I see, I have to press A while I'm in air. I see, I have to learn that. I do appreciate, though, that of all things, the platforming challenge, like the platforming, they give you that tutorial at the bottom of the screen in a they try to make it unintrusive, which is nice, but it can be a little tough if you're I think it's tough to peel your eyes away from everything, all the cool stuff they're doing on screen, to be able to read it. Especially in the moment, because I'm very focused on what I'm doing and what I'm seeing. Look at these visuals. Look how nice this is. Again, like I said, I think the lack of an explanation, I think, does this game a service. There's a couple of games that have done this where the lack of an explanation is actually rather helpful to keeping the story alive in that way. So I think an explanation that rigidly defines the story and what it's trying to do would feel disingenuous. Like, you know, it's like almost like it wouldn't make any better sense to explain, like, you know, the world or what's happening or why it's happened. It's just kind of like, no, I don't need that. Do you like the visual of just jumping on the, like, jumping with these red butterflies is rather striking. Bonk. Because you have to come to your own explanations of like, okay, well, what am I doing here and what is my purpose? In a lot of these games, the purpose is defined in two places, on what you've seen and what you believe. And this, I think the storytelling in these kind of games, where there's no written language, a lot of it comes down to what do you believe? From what you've seen, what do you understand? How do you feel about it? What does it make you feel? And also, what do you think, you know, logically, what do you think happened? Bird. That's a bird. Hello. I see, the bird doesn't like me. Reasonable. I'm gonna be chased by a giant robin. Let me get out of here. Uh-oh. Oh, I see, I need to use my box form. Should have used my box form. Whee! Again, without explanation, it's kind of funny when I'm looking at this, like, okay, what am I looking at? Why is this happening? How often does one see a bird like this and considers the ramifications of your actions? Because I don't know what this bird wants from me. Kind of reminds me of when we played Ori and the Blind Forest, and I don't know why that crow had it so out for Ori, but like, holy crap, dude. It's grim. I just remember the crow in Ori and the Blind Forest. I just remember that crow was just so aggro. That was a bird with issues. Like, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, he's hunting for food or whatever, but it's like, well, no, it was the, I remember now. I remember the story, I won't spoil it though, but it's like, I remember the motivations now, because I remember, but it's also like, dude. It's also like, dude. I understand, lady, but come on, man. You are throwing a lot of hands over this. Oh, I see. Whee. Yeah, but the visuals of that bird are really cool. I need to play my second the second Ori game. Oh, me too. I have not gotten around to it yet. I really need to play it. It looks like a very pretty game, just like the first one. Wheel. There we go. Feels like this bird is more helping me than hindering me, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know what it was either. I just haven't gotten around to the second Ori game. I know I played it. I think I played it for a Sunday stream, I'd like to say. I think that was the thing. This bird reminds me of the crow a lot. I do find it... I find the visual language of birds like this interesting. Because you can very easily tell that... You can tell pretty well that that they had to study like how birds move their heads and how they adjust themselves. I'm gonna sit here a moment. Scream at me all you want, nerd. Yeah, there we go. Ah! Oh, I landed poorly. I need to get up there, I see. Yeah, because look at how the bird moves. It's very well done for, like, he was going to say it's very well done bird movement, but that's exactly what it is. Boink. Oops. Okay. I think I need to land. Oh, I see. I need to land on the tree and like block it up, and then I can land properly. I see. I understand. There we go. And now I can wait for him to scream at me again. There we go. I understand. Understanding. It does feel a bit strange that the threat isn't really a threat. Because it doesn't seem like the bird is actually a threat. It feels more like the bird is just helping me through my journey. So I'm curious why they needed to make that so intense. Does make me wonder. Bell tower. Up I go. Oh, there's the bird. Oh, I could spin around. Oh, I could do a little. I did a little twirl. That was nice. Oh, that is a wild visual. I think when you have a bird that has like the liquid physics, but also like clearly has, you know, following the aerodynamics of bird flying, it's interesting because there was a lot they played with that, and I think that's really cool. That was really neat. I like that. Again, I think this game's greatest strengths are its visual language. And that also extends to really good visuals. I think it's also because those great visuals also extend to being very clear about where things are in the world, like, you know, what you can interact with, what you can't. Which I think I'm happy that it's not just it's a great art piece, you know? It's also like, oh yeah, we have clear understanding of what makes the visuals. Hello. Get thrown. What if I just walk towards him menacingly? What happens if I get close to him? Oh, I see. I need him to yell at me hard enough that he makes the bells move. He screeched at me really hard, and now it's zoomed out. I don't know what to do yet. Okay. Why hasn't that moved? Because I can't jump up? Oh, I see. Oh, I need these. There we go. Oh, I can run across the bell. That's fun. It's kind of funny because you can run on the bell. Make it fall of its own destruction. Huh. Neat. Up we go. Is that really, I don't know if that classifies as a boss battle, you know? It's like traditional video games have boss battles, so it's like I'm curious, so it doesn't quite feel like one, does it? Kind of felt like an encounter. Interesting subversion. And it's interesting because this game clearly has no, like, there's no, like, they very clearly are trying to make it so you're not directly harming anything. There's no direct harm from the character. So clearly they had to design that bird and that encounter with the concept, the concept, the conceit of the bird's undoing must be its own hand. Oh. And that's interesting. I am curious though, how did all these statues get built? Oh, mom. Mom statues. really does feel like a canvas. I'm curious how they got that paint look in digital to be so visceral. So I think that's a hard one to do. And especially making the paint look really well alongside the very stark, because like this stuff you can kind of see the sharp lines, the precision of the lines are often a hallmark of digital art. So it's interesting seeing them make these two styles play so nicely together, you know? I think it's really cool. We've created rain. Oh, we can swim. Wait, that water physics. Ooh. Well, that's very nice. They did a good job with that. I think the water physics are so hard, man. I think water physics are up there in terms of some of the more difficult things to get correct, whether in terms of visual graphics or just in terms of physical simulation. Getting water to look good and getting it to look realistic. Sometimes those are not always the same goal, if that makes sense. Because sometimes you want the water to look really cool and grand and majestic, but you are always going to make it look 100% realistic doing that. And that is a tough one. It's tough. Actually, I guess funny thing about that, I actually have a good example of that exact thing. So in the movie Volcano, which is a 1980, I think it was 89. It was in the 90s, maybe. I forgot. But the key thing is that they had this like dam bursting scene where this like dam bursts open during the movie. It's very cool. It's very cool visuals, but they had to get the visuals down in a way, like obviously you couldn't blow up a dam. So okay, how do you make that work? They had to blow up a scale miniature. But how do you get the water to look right when you're considering water, when you like consider water as we see it? Like, because the scale of the water is so different. Because when you're blowing up miniatures, that's not the same as thousands of gallons of water being, exploded. Like when you're doing stuff with like when you see a real dam bursting. So how do you get it to look so realistic? Well, you have to come up with really clever tricks to obscure how like the scale of it, the water, make sure that the weights feel right. And they had some really clever tricks. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head because my brain is not doing its best right now. But I remembered it because I recalled that they had to do a lot of interesting tricks and mess with things and really try out and really like sketch out ideas and try things to make their visuals look so good. And that's the kind of thing that I think when you're a digital artist or you're doing, like video game stuff, it can be really hard to get that down and getting it down in a way that fits both the style that you're working with and also making it so that, you aren't getting any of that, how I would like to call it, the haberdashery of, I jumped right at the end, of course. I jumped right at the end, really? Of course I did. Oh well. I'll just go. I've learned the trick now, so I think I can do it in one go. But some of the coolest stuff you can see is seeing how people have to play with how people have figured out how to visualize water. Here's the thing. I don't feel strongly about the movies one way or the other, but the Avatar, as in like the Blue People movies, the first movie was revolutionary due to how they did water. They did their water with their CG and CG water before then was, it's like you had to find ways to smoke and mirrors it, and the strength of their visuals was really on point with that river, with the scene with like the main character in the river. Very well done. Very cool. But again, it's also making sure that you're blending, like when you're doing stuff like that, your goal is to blend the real with the not real. Video games get a bit of a get out of jail free card with that, where, well, you're already working in Unreal, like not as in like the engine, but as in you're working in a system that is already not a physical one. Like you're already outside of reality. So it's okay if things are a little bit off because it will fit your art style. Of course, I think that's where some video games have ran into their greatest fear and their greatest problem is that their conflict came from having to fight realism, because the game was if games shoot for realism and trying to make photo real, or at least as close as they can, well, you don't have the fallback of trying to play into an art style anymore. You lose that buffer between you and the strength of your visuals. Because when realism is what you chase, well, you don't really have much else. You don't have really a good way to keep yourself above water with some of that. Oh, there we go. Well, that's very satisfying too. Look at that. Whee. Kind of feels like flying. In a very odd way, it feels like flying. I do find it, you can hear it, that the visuals dip out when you jump in when you're underwater. Which come to think of it, that's a strictly unnecessary touch. But they did it anyway. They clearly wanted to, they clearly were like, oh yeah, they did that, and that's really cool. I think it's very neat. I think I got all the stars, did I? So, like, I keep seeing that I don't have all the stars in each area, but I'm wondering if how that affects going forward. It seems like each area has a different star count. Do not fully grasp how that's going to work. Do I need to go back to areas? Do I need to go back to places I've been before? That could be a thing I have to do. I am uncertain. It is interesting seeing this area so changed by the different colors. It's like it's the same place every time, but it's different because we see it in a new color, literally. Yeah, because there's all these dots that I'm missing. So do I need... I think I need to go back to places, because I think now that I have all these power-ups, I need to go back and find things. Let's see. I'm missing 2 here in the windmill. Our call also. Oh, that's right. There's the turtle area. We haven't been here yet. Oh, yeah. Now we can go here. Okay. Interesting. I'm guessing we have to go through each area and then cycle back through in order to get everything, so I'll have to take a gander. Very dark. And again, like, look at how insane they're... Insane. It's also kind of crazy to me how much they're working with color theory. I think that's very cool. It's clearly, we have each of these colors in individually, but we don't have... There was probably another one down there, wasn't there? Oh, I just saw that we can go that deep underwater because of the block form. Let's see. I think I'm rushing a little bit. I don't know. I also feel like I'm going at the pace that feels natural with the game, because the flow of the levels is very hard to ignore. Very much... It's very easy for me to just keep moving, because the levels, they beckon you forward in very clever ways, and I like that. Oh, there we go. Ah, deep into the underground, I see. Oh, there we go. Oh, I did have a... I kind of was waiting to talk about this a little bit, because I wanted to talk about it. I want to talk about it since it's fresh in my mind. I did have I had a fascinating event today. Because I was flipping through YouTube, because like I was looking at my, I go through my stuff, and I saw that I had a notification, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. But I saw I had a notification, and I was like, oh, okay, what is it? And I saw I had a comment on one of my videos. On the one of the VODs specifically. Whoa. Well, that is trippy. The water floats. Interesting. The water itself is suspended in air. Intriguing. But the I had a comment from the creator of Project 06, which kind of struck me in a way I haven't felt yet, because often, you know, it's like and he was very excited to see that I had played it, and he was sharing enthusiasm, and I was very excited to hear it. And he had some notes about some questions I had on the stream, and I was able to respond in kind on YouTube, but I found myself stricken only because, of all things, oftentimes when I'm streaming, when we're doing this sort of thing, the devs are often distant. You know, it's like you don't often consider like the idea of getting to ask questions directly of the person who made something, because often that's not the case. You don't like often, like, you know, it's, you literally just don't have that. You know, that they're doing stuff, they're distant entities that you don't get to discuss with, you get to discuss with real people. So it was really fascinating, like, being spotted, essentially. Like, he was like, oh, that's really, and he just went through it, and getting to hear his take and understanding, like, getting to understand some of the truths behind the work was striking for me. And it didn't make me fully reconsider all of my notes. It may, because there are some things I still hold are valid notes on the game and on his project, but it did make me reconsider the amount of work he had to do, because he mentioned that it's about, you know, about 90% of the project was him. Because I was like, okay, well, if he has a team, that, you know, that percentage would likely be 60-40. But seeing 90-10 almost made me think, it made me stop, because I was, you know, it made me realize, well, this is someone who clearly, this is very clearly his passion. It's a work of passion, a work of pure, just genuine love and intrigue on this thing. And I really respect that. I have deep respect for that, because it made me realize, like, well, it's like, how's GRIS so far? Very good. It's very fascinating. This is a striking thing. I was just telling an anecdote about today. Crooked, Chaos X actually spoke to me. He sent me a thing on YouTube. He replied to the VOD. I was just explaining that, but I saw, yeah, it struck me. It's just like, it's also a bit like, you know, stunning, just because for me it's like I often like, you know, it's like it works. It's like, because, you know, my goal with you know, my works and stuff, like both, you know, streaming and other things, is in hopes that, you know, you can, that, you know, in hopes to meet people, right? In the hopes of getting to meet and understand people and getting to get in contact with others, because, you know, it's like, you hope, you know, the hope is getting to see, you know, getting to share works and stuff, but also getting to learn more. And I just, like, it kind of struck me how, like, it's like, because, you know, he said about 90% of the work was him, and it's just like, you know, because I'm looking at that project, and it's like, well, because I never said that it was a small amount of work to do the stuff he did, because, like, one-to-one recreating anything is hard as heck. It's a hard task to do. Ah, find the stars. Excellent. These crystals. Oh, okay. Whoa. Okay, wait, hang on. My brain needs to interpolate. Ooh. Nice. Well, I know it's crystals, but look at these crystals. That is very pretty. Some really well done crystal work. Again, just like... Huh? What did I do? What is this doing? But it's something that my greatest respect always comes in the form of passion. Like, if I see somebody who's very passionate about their work, right? I think that it's that passion that is what it thoroughly strikes me more than anything, is when somebody is very passionate about what they're doing. Wah. Can I make that from here? I don't think I can. Nope, I need to make a platform in the middle. I thought I did. Maybe I just need to be standing. Nope. How do this work? Is my genuine question. Okay, well that did something, for sure. I think I just need a... This mechanic is interesting, because it's a timing puzzle, but... Meh. That's unfortunate. I guess my question is, can it make something out of me when I'm in the air in the first place? This is very strange. Oh. How is this meant to work is the question. I like that it just captures the frame that you're in when it happens. How am I supposed to get up there, then? See the star. I see what I need to do. I'm not fully grasping what I need to do. Yeah, because it breaks when it's in the air, so you can't... Because in my head, it'd be like, okay, you should be able to do something with that, but it's not quite doing what I expect it to do. So I'm curious what I'm meant to do. Yeah, because you can't make that jump. Maybe I need to stack them? Maybe? Maybe stacking them will work. I don't know. Like this. Ha! It does work. Ah, so I need to just stack them. I see. I did not fully understand. So you can only form... So the lesson there is that you're meant to get is that you're only able to put ice down, that like crystalline shape. You're only able to do that if you're touching the ground. Or at least you're like standing on solid ground. I see. Okay. Yep. Okay. To stand on solid ground. I'm very curious how does her cloak do that? Oh, maybe I need to be here. I'm seeing that the crystal stuff isn't really showing up out there. Yep, there we go. Okay. Okay, what did I do? Ah, I need to bring them in balance. I see. I understand. I think I understand, but I need to understand. What I need to figure out is how to do this. Ah, I understand. I need to put one down here. Put one here. Okay. I need to move a little bit quickly so I can get up there before that breaks. There we go. And we have it. That's all she wrote. I haven't said that in a while. I thought about it. It's like, when's the last time I said that one? I've had that turn of phrase in my head for a while, but I haven't said it. I haven't said it in a long time. Oh man, these areas do have a little bit less on the parallax background stuff, but it's also because these caves seem to be going for something a bit specific. Alrighty. Now where do we go? Or what do we get, rather? We have acquired new square. Ah, we can dive underwater now. I am now a manta ray. I have acquired manta ray powers. So we have bird powers, we have block powers, and we have manta ray. Fascinating. Become triangle. Look at this triangle. Behold the triangle in all of its glory. I'm basically a paper airplane in the water. I won't question how our leading lady is breathing down here, but I also deeply respect the lung capacity. Have you guys ever tried that? Have you guys ever seen that challenge where it's the hold your breath whenever your character's underwater to see if you would make it? I think the worst one was somebody saying, "Oh, do that with Finding Nemo." That is a big fish. Also, that is a big fish. Oh, hey, star. Dang. I think Finding Nemo is the one that makes everybody go, please no. Though technically, they're not really holding their breath, are they? They get to breathe the whole time, so that doesn't really work, does it? It's odd, because normally, you know, I think generalized fear of underwater is pretty common, but it's kind of funny that down here, I don't feel particularly afraid. What the? I don't have a light source. I need to bring something down there to light that up. I see. I'll need a light source then. So, I'll check the other areas first for a light source. I think the most common one is like any action movie, like the 80s or 90s action flicks. I think those are usually the ones they think about when they say, oh yeah, that challenge. Because some of those movies, it's like, okay, how do you hold your breath underwater for that long, you know? Oh, I can't break through here. Okay, so I need to get inside the tree, but I can't go here yet. Okay. I'm guessing I have to work from the top down, if I had to logically guess. I do appreciate that the controls feel responsive and the physics of movement are certainly easier to understand. Ah, that's the end of the loop. I see. And it's just like, look how pretty this all is. Excellent looking stuff today. But man, that's gonna be the highlight of my whole week, is getting to hear from like someone who's like from another dev and getting to learn, you know, that a grander moment of learning. Oh, that just, it strikes me and it makes me happy. Oh boy. I think it's specifically also just the chance to learn, to understand better. Man, holy crap. Like, yeah, because he mentioned that he did all the asset work. He did the imports and stuff. And I'm like, how the heck did you do all that? You know, just like, because thinking critically, it's like, okay, he did all of that, you know, pretty much all the importing of the models and the programming. It's like, okay, how did, because, you know, it's like, because I'm thinking about that, it's like, that's a colossal amount of work, you know? But when you love something, of course you're going to work that hard, but it's amazing because there's a lot of stuff there that had to have clearly been like figured out, you know, like there's stuff there that you don't just know, you have to take time, learn, innovate, understand. There's a lot of stuff there that would have had to have been understood at a conceptual level. That would have been very hard to get. Let's see. What is going on here? I think I have to come down. I have to come in from the bottom, I think. I think I need to approach from below. I think this area is definitely this area feels like the riskiest one, which is probably good that it's, you know, about an hour and a half in. Also, we're at the hour mark. How's everyone's weekend? I got to run D&D for the first time in a long while, so I feel quite accomplished, if tired. It was rather good, though. I was able to... I had quite a bit of fun. Okay, no. Yeah, because I see that... Ah, there's the star I need to chase. New by D&D, and I'm finishing up my new model. Ah, excellent. Most excellent. I should probably get on... I think I should probably get on my own... I should probably make a model myself at some point. I haven't gotten around to it yet. So can I just turn around and chase it? Ah, there we go. Okay, that is 4 out of 6. D&D's... I think getting to play D&D is fun. Hi, you seem cool. Well, thank you, Lonky. That's very kind of you. It's your boy. Also, Hecko, how's it going today? How's everyone going today? How is everyone today? Ah, let me get my boy. My son. But, yeah, this weekend was rather eventful for me, so I'm grateful that I was able to keep my energy levels up so high. Well, Lonky, how's it going today? I am referring to... I feel like... I hope that my name... I hope that this is a name that you prefer. Oh boy, this section of the game feels risky. It's like it's so it could very easily like teeter into I'm lost and don't know what to do, but it's still doing quite well. So I do think that. Thank you, Hecko, for links and stuff. I always forgot. All right, where am I going? I need to before I remember to do that stuff. I need to remember where I am and where I'm going. I cannot get forward. Okay, so this area, I think I'm supposed to come from here out, but I can't get to the star. I feel like this is the star I'm supposed to get later. I'm uncertain. This one feels like I'm definitely overthinking this one, I think. But I do try to be cool. It's going okay. I fixed my laptop from spilling milk on it during my D&D session on Friday. Also, Lonky is fine. My name variation is mine. Okay. I always like to ask, but if I see a name that makes logical sense, I go for it first and see. But I feel you though on the. I'm always terrified of spilling anything on any of my stuff. So I definitely. It's good that you were able to get that fixed though. It's good that you were able to fix that, but ooh. It sounds like it must have been an eventful D&D session though. I can only wager though. Let's see. I have a bunch of stars. Can I... If I take them to the machine, does it do anything for me? Or this device. This thing with the stars. Oh boy, it was something. Oh, excellent. Missing 2. Okay. Let's see. Where do I need to go still? I did go this way already, right? Oh no, I didn't. I haven't finished this one yet. This is the spot I did not figure out how to get through. Ah! I see. Okay, that's actually really sick. Yeah, I think when you have a lot of when you have an eventful D&D session, it's like it can be very, very good for your characters, or it can be very bad for your characters. Demo for the Peach game is out. Oh, very cool. I might stick to staying blind for now. If only because I would like to. Think I'd like to enter that one because that comes out 22nd, and would like to... I think I might like to enter that one blind. The other recording was cut short because you don't milk. Also, if it was to try, where are you generally? There's very little latency. Generally, East Coast America. I will, don't worry, I will never, I will never specify further than that. But the fact there's very little latency is also might be, for once, internet is working well. For once, the internet is truly working for me. Oh, the birds are gone. Oh well. I wonder if they're birds or what are they? Because they're trying, because they're clearly also amphibious, so they're clearly not like birds. But it's interesting that you record your D&D sessions. Gotcha, we'll say here, East Coast, yes. Yeah. I'm currently grappling with the existential dread of daylight savings. But it's working out. I woke up late and then I was like, oh, what the? It's not 11:30. At least I'm pretty certain it's not 11:30. But but I very unused to recording D&D. I think it's mostly just because let's see. So how do we move forward here? I'm understanding now that I need to get up to those birds. I see the red there now. I have to find them. There's there's like the light over there. There's a path above, so maybe I have to drop down. I'm gonna go look at the bottom again really quick because I'm trying to figure out how to get there. Discovered is a good way to keep notes while being able to fully participate in RP. Ah, I see. Makes sense. Okay, maybe I just need to... Yeah, I usually try to trust my memory, even if I think sometimes that can be a bit dicey, because sometimes sometimes trusting just your memory can be problematic, because if you try too hard to remember something, your memory might lie to you. So it's a tough one sometimes. Alright, we have all the stars. I think now I can just take these back up to the thing. Oh, what's over here? Oh, birds. Ah, I see. So I think with these I should be able to... Ah, I see. I see where I need to go with this. I see what I need to do. Go back down, go get them again. I see what I need to do with that. Excellent. Go. That's a smart way to do it, though. It is a very clever way to do so as well. I do know that. Oh, I think Chisai's taking over for March. I haven't been able to swap in yet. Drifter, how's it going today? Howdy. How's it going? Are any of those birds for something else? I saw the memento thingy. I saw the star thing. How are the push-ups going? You've mentioned the push-ups. How are they going? Are you still holding true to yourself 100 or more? Arms, shoulders, and abs are sore, but I'm doing okay. Well, that's good. You get up top with them with the higher path. Ah, I see. No, you right. You accurate. Let me go check that out. Let me go see. No, you right. Because I see the path I think I need to take. I need to launch myself properly. Let me get up there. It me. The truest form of identification, it me. Okay, and then it's like a whale breaching through the water. Huh. How do you get up there? Actually. Okay, wait. I think I need to... Okay, I see. I need to grab these and... I need to bring them up. I need to bring them higher, I see. I understand. I do understand. My brain is working. Puzzle-solving brain has worked. Oh, there we go. Yes. Okay. I understand. You got it. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna move. There we go. Okay, cool. Got it. I had to stare at that one for a second there, though. That's very cool. That's some great level design. I think the level design in this game is rather strong. Thinking about it critically, because they do a lot of those little loops. Been training sit-ups, shoulder presses. Oh god, man, you've been really pushing it. Your body's been. I hope that your diet has adjusted to match, so you can grow the muscle properly as well. Man, that's really great though. That's some great progress. Good on you, man. Ooh. I have created a turtle. Oh, that's our light source. I see. Eating a lot of eggs. So many eggs. Oh my god, I can imagine. But good on you for making progress. That's fantastic. This turtle is very soothing. It's also a bit nerve-wracking to be in the dark like this. Oh my gosh, Twitch Automod is so ridiculous. Censored dumbbell for hostility. That's weird. I don't even have Automod on, so that's even weirder. Weird. Ugh. Sorry about that. That's very silly. It's on my end. Ah, I see. Oh wait, does Automod? Do people have individual Automod? Didn't see any notification. So is it a? Do individual users have an Automod setup system? Same. Huh. Does that mean that each user has to adjust their own Automod? I guess it's global. Well, no, it can be both ways, stream and individual. Oh, I see. Because I have the streams Automod off, but I have had messages pop up when I'm in other streams, and it says, "Hey, did we hide this properly with your Automod?" It's like, so it must have been an individual Automod. Whoa. I had to figure out what that was. That was a foot. Feet. Yes. I see. Where am I going? Why do I have to be? Why am I? What? She got stare butt? What? Okay, this has to be one of the stranger things I've ever seen. Stare butt is not my was not my it was not my anticipation today. Hello, statue. Oh, lady. Stare butt. My brain just interpolated. Just stare butt. How? Nope, not this way. Nope, not this way. Understand. I understand that I understand a little. Ah, you can swim up the waterfall. I see. There we are. I understand now. But that actually illuminates a fair bit of why the Automod sometimes kicks in on weird stuff. That makes a fair bit of sense, and that's a bit of wool. That's a strange one. Interesting. Y'all staring at Butsy. Fern. Not exactly, but I was confused by I guess I need to show you to understand. Big lady. No, he's staring at them. Yeah, see? Her butt is made of stairs. Whoa. Okay, I'm sorry for talking about your the stairs in your butt. I'm sorry. This is very pretty though. Holy crap. How's it going today? What is happening? We have gained the light. I summon the moon in attack position. Huh. Old B. Aw, you can't sing yet. Oh. Respectfully staring. Hello, bird. You broke it. No, that was the bird this time. Oh, God. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, God. Oh, my... Okay, okay, this is a bit... Can I just say this is a bit unnerving for me? Oh, more eel. Can I just say this is a bit terrifying for me because it reminds me a lot of the Mario 64, the eel, which is a childhood fear of mine. Me out of here. Childhood fear reawoken. Oh god, he's fast. We're struggling on this one a bit. See you, Mario. Yeah, seriously. It is Mario Day. God. Happy Mario Day. Yeah. Good lord. Twin eels. Happy Mario. Oh god. Oh, that's even... How's that worse? I don't know what this bird's angle is against me, but geez. Keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Oh. Up I go. Swimming. Swimming. Ugh. Have you been enjoying the game so far? It's one of the most beautiful games I've played, so I'm always curious to hear other people's perspectives. I think this game, like, visually, striking. Absolutely, like, exceptional. I do think the game... I think gameplay-wise... It keeps it simple, which is definitely not a bad thing, but I do think that I do think that it plays a little safe, which is reasonable. What do you think it's about, if anything? There's a lot of allegories that you could pull from this, given that you are returning color to a world that has a lot of broken things. And a lot of the world is about finding the colors. And there's a great deal of visuals with the light and dark, which I'm not quite sure how they interplay with the visuals of the, like the statue of the large lady, like big lady. I'm trying to parse what it means putting it together, but I do think it has a deeper meaning, but I'm uncertain if it's 100% clear. That scared that actually got me. Jeez. These are the cards you go through, representation of the stages of grief. Yes. Because let's see. Red would be, let's see, anger, denial, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance, I think. What if one could remind me? Scared me too. I bumped my table. I apologize for slamming that. That was not my intent. That scared the bejesus out of me, because I'm like, oh, okay, the whole meanest jump scare of the game. Well, now, yeah, it's like I'm just like, oh, okay, the whole stop. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. You accidentally downloaded it. I see. Oh, the turtle! Thank you, turtle. Actually, come to think of it, Drifter, actually, turtle friend. Actually, let me take that. Denial, anger, bargaining. Thank you for giving it to me, Drifter, by the way, because I forgot. But, and just slipped. I see. That actually makes a fair bit of sense. If I take the those 5 steps and apply it to the game, that makes a fair bit of sense, because we start with the event, which is that our leading lady here goes to sing and can't, which seems to have some greater effect on the world, on her world especially. And then the first stage seems to be almost a form of, like, there seems to be a form of denial there. And then when the red comes into the world, that is the anger. That's why you get this, because you break stuff when you're with the block. And then later you get bargaining, which you have this ability of, that's where you get the flight ability, actually. And you also meet Robot Friend, which is nice. But it also seems to be that you open the world more as you do so. That's interesting. I think the game being almost a sort of journey through the process of somebody going through it. I think that makes sense. I think that could be a valid interpretation. I don't know if it'll be my interpretation by the end, but we'll see. Because it seems like a very good one. I don't spoil what other games do this, but I do love there was a small movement of indie games that were like, what if we made that one Majora's Mask game theory reel? Oh, The one that it's like Link is dead and is going through the stages of like going through the process of it. The process of death. And that is reasonable. And it's like, it's interesting too, because a lot of the games that, because there's like a spectrum for it in terms of games that do this. There are games where it's an interpretation that is what happened. And then there are games where it is completely what they're doing, right? Oh, it's over there. Because that's kind of where those types of games sort of fall in. Is that either it is definitely what it is, like it is definitely these characters going through the stage, like going through death and going through the stages of grief, and it's an allegory for that, or there's, you know, it's one of the valid interpretations of the story. Not that it's the interpretation, but it can be. I think this game, it falls into the middle where it's very valid that it could be that particular type of story. Oh, there we go. Ah, I see. I have to turn on the light by breaking stuff. I will say the dark is going to make me a little leery in this game for a little while. But I think this one does a good job of not... What do you think the bird eel represents? Well, given that it's entirely black and seems to be shape-shifting, on a very literal standpoint, if we're looking at, you know, I would say, like, if we look at mythological representations of darkness, you could very easily see that being a very real interpretation of bird or eel. Reasonable, Hecko. Honestly, fair. Honestly, though, fair. If we get existential about it, could represent the very specter of death itself. Could be just a, you know, like a entity that doesn't like the... Because, all right, if we take it from the in-world perspective, not just some of the cigars, just a cigar. Right, exactly. But with this story, if we want to take it in-universe, like take the story interpretation to what is happening in the game. Well, clearly GRIS, like, the singing ability of this character is important for keeping the balance of the world. Clearly. Clearly this world is being maintained by her voice. So her not having her voice is important. Just from what the game has shown us. Directly. So it does make me wonder if the game itself is also saying the world or her world. Well, and that's the thing. If we interpret this as being inside her mind and in her internal world, then this story is taking place in her mind. If it isn't in her mind and it's a very literal thing, then I would say that it's probably like some sort of entity that wants to capitalize on the fact that, oh, hey, the, you know, like whatever the big lady is, whatever she is, isn't around right now because the singing voice was keeping her around or keeping her active, if that makes sense. So it makes you wonder if, there's two interpretations to every story. It's the higher level metaphorical, allegorical representations. And then there is the literal. There's what is actually happening in the world on screen. And that doesn't get into the metatextual side. That gets into the what is happening in story and what does that mean for the world. Well, all I want to do is see you turn into a giant woman. I see. All right, I'm gonna send my lads back for now. They've been sleeping. Very interesting. I think there's a lot of interpretations for the story here that could be true. Ah. You know what? You're right, giant woman. Also, yeah, the book came out. My book did come out. That was pretty. It made me happy. Can I go back and get stars? Because it seems to me like I'm missing a bunch of the stars. So, I did have this last week. I had 2 releases for projects, which was very exciting. Ooh, what are they about? Let's see. Let's see if I go through that list right there. Valhalla Station was my first book. That was science fiction. Bit of an optimistic look at the future. I tried to, at least. Mostly about a engineer lady trying to deal with world-ending problems. Mausoleum of Dreams is a short story collection. Short stories get a little bit macabre after a certain point. Not sure why either. I just got like, I think it was just like my brain was like, oh yeah, I'll write this way, and I had fun with it. Greenwalker was that was a fantasy book, high fantasy, kind of close to a D&D campaign in book form, which that was a lot of fun. That was a fun one to write. Let's see. The Four Seasons was a poetry book that was very philosophical, but then Philosophy Through Play was like pure philosophy. And it was the first time I've written in nonfiction prose so far. That was cool. I had a lot of fun with that. Dude, this is all underwater, so I'm not very sure what to do about this. I can't go back that way either. Just kind of confusing. Because you can't go through this wall here again. Missed a glowy thing. Did I? Ah, there it is. I see. Thank you. I did not see that one. Let's see. Got that. We need to go back and look really quick, because now I'm kind of curious what I missed. Okay, so I got one of those. I need to go check and see if that affects how I get through the star chart there. Do need to look at that. Nighttime is very strange. Got a Facebook friend request. Interesting. Is that I reckon by you mentioning it. I was gonna say, reckoning that you're mentioning it, I have to assume this is an abnormal thing to have happen. What if I go this way again? Because I missed this stuff, but what if I jump down here again? Check the profile because I don't know the person. Ah, I see. Ah, can't go this way. Okay. Nothing on the so you got somebody tried to friend request you just for out of like a bot or a scam or something. Strange occurrences of the day, truly. Let's see. There's more of this person. Intriguing. Well, I had that book come out, and I also had a music release again. So I also do music stuff. Drifter, this event sounds very strange. Sounds very bizarre, to be honest. Fascinating, but bizarre. But I also had I wrote an album that I was experimenting with. Like, if you want to catfish people, remember to move your old photos. Yeah. It's interesting when you see scammers that aren't very good at it. Because they get frustrated because it's like, did you want me to fall for it because I should feel bad, or like how do you wish for me to react? I feel like if you're gonna scam somebody, you should at least be good at it, right? You know, it's like you shouldn't be. I feel like the worst kinds of criminals are the ones who aren't even good at it. You know, like truly, how did you screw this up? Let's see. So this is blocked again. So where does it want me to go then? I think I need to go upwards, maybe. Go up. But yeah, I pulled what I like to call it a hat trick with, I was able to put out a music album and a book. They came out the same week. You're only stealing if you get caught, my D&D party rogue. I'd rather my scammers are easily recognizable. Right, but I just feel like, what I mean is that there is the worst kind of criminal, there's the worst kind of criminal. Right. But I mean, it's like, what I mean is that it feels like a strange career choice to want to go be a criminal and you know, try to scam somebody out of their money, but then you're not even good at it. Like, maybe you should consider a career change. Like, I don't know. Seems to me like you're not very good at the thieving business, so maybe you should try, like, I don't know, like a sewing business or something. That's what I mean, more than anything. Like, it feels a bit silly if you're not good at being a criminal. Like, what's the point in being a criminal if you're not good at it? Because, you know, it's like, if you're gonna break the law, you might as well be good at it. You don't just act, like, come on. But I do think that it's it's just silly. But yeah, I had that today. I had that. This past week I had the releases, and that was really cool. I think the music album was a bit, thinking about it, it was very experimental. Dude, sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. True. Let's see. Guessing this is the way I need to go, but I'm not very sure how. Yeah, I grabbed the glowy thing, though. I grab this. It's gotta be... Ah! Eh? Gotta be... I feel like I'm just missing something down here, because I feel like this is definitely one of those I need to spot something kind of things. Or maybe I'm just not sure. I assume all questions are rhetorical to people who know. Sort of. I guess I haven't really... I don't really often explain how I do games and stuff. It's like usually I try to verbalize the questions, so both for my sake and also so that for those following my chain of logic, that I don't just suddenly leap to, ah yes, I have solved it. This person in the Discord for Sky Show, I've cracked version game saying he DM'd him, you share secrets, but he also showed his unique player ID so the devs were able to get to him before he did much. Oh yeah, I remember. I feel like it's kind of weird if you crack, like, why would you crack the game and then tell? Yeah, it's like, again, it feels like, why would you do that and then tell everybody? Strangeness. Well, I do try. I will directly ask for help when I need it. That's kind of the thing I do usually. I know there was one time where I was really struggling and someone offered help, and I was just like, you know, I can't really be upset with being offered help at this point because I was there for. Because there are some times where I'm like, I was there for a while. This one, I think I got it. Now, oh yes, now I found. All right, no wait, I am in the right place. Yes, I am in the right spot. I found my way. Those birds were a bit strange for me to spot. I guess I didn't. It's one of those ones where you walk by it so many times that you get tunnel vision. You blind yourself to it. I do find these ghost stairs kind of interesting. What's up with this? Ooh. Bright. Bright. Oh! The bug has... Oh. Okay, that's a little... It's kind of concerning that the stairs lose physicality when the light's not on them. That's interesting. This night sky is intriguing. Up we go. This is wild. Yeah, absolutely fair. Just checking since everyone approaches it differently. Yes, very true. And it's interesting because I've had that same sort of question where I look at how I've looked at how other streamers do it, and I always find it fascinating because I feel like as a viewer you have to almost take a step back and say, okay, this is almost like a different country. It's like almost like you're entering a whole new country because the rules and regulations are different per stream and per place. Because what's okay in one place is not okay in another, and vice versa. So it must be, for some viewers, it must be awfully confusing where it's... Oh. Ooh. That's a very neat effect. That's very cool. Man, that's a cool one. Oh god. Yeah, it kind of feels like a cool concept of D&D. You said a torch that feels partway... Feels kind of often it reveals invisible objects. Yeah, seriously. Up. Up. Okay. Jump. Up. That's my secret, ODaM. I am always confused. Hey, so, hey, but confusion is interesting. It's a fun place to be. Whee! Down I go. Yes. Okay, cool. Fascinating. I think I think that I think at this point I can revise my statement from earlier, because I think that this game it's naturally evolved its mechanics in a way that I think they did some really cool stuff here. I do think that it keeps it simple, but it's not making massive leaps, which is, I think, very welcome. Because I do think that if it was making massive jumps in its design choices, I do think it would be a little bit too jarring. But these ones, it actually almost feels just right. Like, it feels seamless, the way that they've done this one, where where these design choices, the expansions of the mechanics, they feel like natural extensions of the base movement and gameplay. And that's a hard line to really strike, you know? Oh, that's very pretty. Ooh. Huh. Like seeing using the yellow bird things to make the platform to light up the platform. That's a functionality that even stuff like that, the functionality makes sense because they've shown us that visual language already. That's really neat. And of course, they've built up this very strong visual language that by this point, since you've learned so much of it already, you understand. Okay, okay, so it'll follow me, I see. I think. Look at that. Like, I mean, this is also something that is interesting because mechanically, I can logically see how you would get to this. And also I can see how they would do it. Because I can see that, okay, they're when they're within a certain radius, they make it so that the light, wherever the light touches in certain spots, it'll like activate the collision. Is this something you could do in RPG Maker? This specifically? Ooh, maybe. You might be able to make it so that it can check, it wouldn't. So this is kind of a funny piece of programming trick. You wouldn't actually be using the light itself as your check. Like you wouldn't use the light source as your check. Seems like it'd be tricky. Right, wherever the light touches. Okay. And then drop down on the birds. And up we go. Oh. And up we go. One more time. And now we need 2 stars. Ooh. Kind of gives me a Garden of Eden type look. It's very interesting. Very fascinating. We figured that out quickly. I'm putting my, this is one of those things that I think it's probably a bit jarring for some, is that my brain does the game design thing where it's like, oh, okay, I think I can intuit. I have mastered many a game system. And by mastered, I mean I got good enough to figure some things out. I know a few tricks. Hanging Gardens of Babylon? About, yeah. Which is interesting. And also the visuals are very cool. Like the plant life is very, very stark. Very cool. Like, look at that. Look how pretty these flowers are, man. It's nice. These plants are very pretty. But the trick is that you don't actually use the light. Like, you wouldn't be able to calculate that. How would you calculate the radius? Like, how would you use the radius of the light? Well, actually, you could do that, actually, just precisely. You would actually, like, whatever your light's radius is, you would probably use a number close to it to decide how big the hitbox is of the light. And by using that hitbox and checking collision, in that sense, you're checking a collision, you would use that collision check in order to decide whether or not those platforms are visible, and also if they have collision with the character. So that's some really smart moves. But it also means that technically you can save on resources because you only need to render so much. That's very cool. That's very clever. Again, I think this game has some like the more you look into it, the more clever the details are, because they're doing some really neat and interesting stuff with the way that they're programming the game and its designs. Whoa. Oh, okay, so good. The controls are not reversed, but the gravity is. Intriguing. That surprised me. It kind of caught me off guard. Fascinating. Look at that. Also, reversing gravity is it's an old trick, but a good trick. Still a very fresh move to make. But my brain, for some reason, I recall many things, and sometimes it's sort of like when you've read a lot of books, right? Where you start to see the way that the story is being told. Oh, I'm actually kind of impressed I made that. I feel like that one is definitely one I could have messed. Ah. Now this is available? Let's see. Oh, that's trippy. That's very trippy movement. Hmm. Oh, I see. I need to go under there to get the birds. I see. Go. What? It's just like it's amazing too, because even now with like the platforms are technically less visually. Oh, I went too far. Ah, I went a little too far vertical. Hang on, I gotta go back up. I went too far. I went too hard vertically, so I have to redo that. Oops, that's okay. So I love Twitch. It's so cool to hear different perspectives and expertise. It's especially fun to hear someone talk critically about a game. Also be able to watch someone who's content just to take it all in. Well, and it's fun too when you're able to engage on something at all levels. You know, it's like, because some people, like, I play games and I tend to get. I guess my main hope is never to get so critical. You know, not to get so critical. I also messed up again, but that's okay. But not to get so critical that I'm like, I don't like bashing things, because that's not fun. But being able to take in and understand, that's very fun. Let's see. How do I suppose it'd be something like this. Oh, yeah, whiff. My brain is not intuiting what I need to yet. But it's also fun though, but there's merit to both approaches though, because for some people it's just the enjoyment, you know, just getting to enjoy a game and getting to enjoy that with people. And that's why they stream, and that's why some people watch it. They want to enjoy something with somebody. That's their goal. And for some it's also just watching ODaM think too hard. Yep. Actually, you know what, Cloudy? That was probably I just realized, Cloudy, that was probably the best clue ever. Yep, there it is. Okay, nope. You know what's funny? That's probably the best clue to say, wait a minute, I am thinking way too critically about what I'm doing. There's the star. I see. I do know, I have realized, this actually came up on Thursday as well with Persona 3. Where I have realized that my tunnel vision can sometimes run stronger than I would ever like it to. But I think that's also where some of my some strengths I have are, but I think puzzle solving especially, I get too in the weeds with it. It can happen, but that's okay. Gratefully I was able to, I think even just hearing like thinking too hard is like, oh yeah. Like, oh, right. Trouble is when your brain gets so used to trying to see things way too granular. It can be you can almost get tricked by something very simple, you know? Sort of like, you feel like splitting attention to toggle chat encourages tunnel vision. Would you agree, or is that wrong? Thinking about it, that's an interesting angle to take on it, though, because I do recognize that, to a level, I think that given how much my brain has to work, I do imagine that I do miss things. There has to be at least a couple instances where I miss things solely on the fact that I'm maintaining conversation, keeping myself talking, and also grappling with, you know, the questions of the conversation, and also with what is going on around me. So that's I think that could be a fair point. Certainly not a bad thing at all, but it does make me. It is something that does happen at times where I almost because it does like come up pretty regularly that something can, where I'll be grappling with multiple things at a time, and I have to let my brain reset every now and then. I think that's an acute observation though. Oh, down I go. Whee. But it's sort of like you have to 50-50 your attention at times. Which is probably where a lot of those more famous moments where a streamer misses something critical. Because it's like, well, of course they would miss it. They have, you know, they have a chat to discuss with, and they have things they need to come to terms with. How am I going to do this one? I don't want to think too hard about it. This. I 50-50 my attention all the time. Yeah, I overthought that one. Okay, hang on. Let's see. Back up we go. Whee! Let's see. I need to admire my surroundings a bit more so I can see. Let's see. Question. Ah, I see. Oh, I think I understand. I think I understand what I need to do based on seeing that. Think? Ooh. Oh, that is graceful. That's very cool. That's a neat trick. On the games front, I think that's very cool. That is very, like, again, it's doing some really, really cool stuff there. That's some utterly fascinating puzzle design. Because the level designers are really shining here. I think that's some really good stuff. That's really cool. And you wouldn't be able to do these sorts of things if you hadn't built up all of that visual language and the learning process over the course of the game. Because I think that all of the learning here. Ooh. I started trying to stream a bit ago, and I learned that I'm very bad at finishing thoughts and sentences while focusing on a game, so honestly I'm very impressed with how adept you are at it. Well, first off, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I can sing. That's very cool. Where do I go now? Yes. But, I do think also that... But I think also it's a skill that is very hard to, you have to cultivate it for a while. I know that like we had it actually earlier that we said that we used the Jake the Dog quote, but it's difficult to learn such things at times where you have to be able to split screening your brain is very difficult, but when you get it down as a science, you can do you can really, you know, move between them. I think the greatest thing is, for me, is if I have a mistake or I falter on anything, really. The number one thing I do is if I make a mistake, I don't let it stop me. I don't let it slow me down. Because I think that's probably the part that so many people, like, no matter what field you're in, I think when you make a mistake, when you're presenting something, when you're presenting for school, when you're presenting for anything really, or when you're discussing things, when you're having conversation, you're doing rhetoric, debate, the worst thing that can happen to somebody is they make a mistake and then they stick to it. They flounder. They start focusing on it. And I learned this in marching band, which I think was probably one of the most important lessons I could learn, is if you make a mistake, just keep rolling. You know, just don't let people notice don't let people notice that you made a mistake. Don't even let them know that you made one. Because more often than not, if you don't notice, they won't notice. Most people will not know unless you bring attention to it. And it's kind of the funniest thing now for me as a writer is now I have this funny thing now where I know the mistakes in my work. Will I ever tell anybody where they are? Absolutely not. So that's what they taught in choir, speaking of singing. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think, because if you focus in on the mistake, you start making more. You flounder, you fumble, and it sort of snowballs out of control. And that can be problematic, it can be very upsetting. Oh, I need to sing near all these flowers, I see. I understand my goal now. Whee! Up we go. Meh. Almost just fell off. Oh, I see. I need to make platforms. Whoa. The audience doesn't know that was a mistake. It's often key to confidence in group performing arts. Spooter. Look at the Spooter. Ah, wait, I didn't want to fall off the Spooter. Wait. Oh, sorry, Spooter. Let me let me get back up. Yep. Nope. Okay, I need to go that way. The Spooter is very cool looking. But that's actually, I think it's a key part of it, really, is understanding that it's that mistake, and this is really fun, is in jazz, because part of my musical training and musical learning was jazz music, and I think when you learn jazz, you learn that there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes when you're a jazz musician. Only new notes, only new parts of the orchestration. No mistakes, only happy little accents. Yeah, exactly. And when you're discussing like storytelling, I think it can be very easy to. I think it can be very easy to focus in on what you perceive to be a mistake. One time, my entire choir, including me, to just bother to take a breath in the exact same time in unison. Even we were shocked that happened. The odds of that happening too, really, kind of amazing. There's a trumpet player that played in jazz band in high school, can confirm. Precisely. Also, Viceroy, how's it going today? How is it today? Oh, have you ever played Indivisible? I don't think I have. I know I've seen stuff about it once upon a time. Whoa. God, it's so pretty. I think it's on Game Pass, is it not? I think it recently went to Game Pass. This area you're in is almost identical to an area in that game. Ooh. Fascinating. That's really cool. I need to look then. I need to take a gander if I can at some point. Wish I was on Game Pass. What? 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 Man, that would be wild. Hecko is available on Game Pass. Xbox Game Pass. You can now play him day one. On April Fools. April 32nd. Ayo. Oh. Wait, I think what interests me the most right now is... Okay, what do I send? I see. I need to go there. Look at your schedule. I will probably miss majority of stream hours, but here. Oh, thank you, Lonky. Thank you for joining our library. I do know that the schedule can be a bit strange. I definitely think that the wish the dev Mike Z wasn't such lazy. They could have actually finished Indivisible. Oh, was he? It's not like you had to make remarks and get canceled. Aw. Ah, nuts. It's always something, ain't it? Oh, damn. Well, I've got to take a look at it. Yeah, I'll still take a look at the game, though, but dang. It's a shame when that sort of thing happens, though, huh? Alright, where's the dealio here? What is the dealio, as they say? There we are. Okay, I'm good. But I do understand, Delunky. It's a tough one because I only maintain this schedule because it's the one that works best with the work schedule I've maintained. But it's a tough one, and I definitely understand though. But thank you so much. Oh, what's the 310? Oh, yeah. Bar. Hooray. Ah, I see. We have another ramp. I love the sliding animation. Looks very cool. Ooh. Why does this remind me of the sky in Lion King 1? You know, the... Remember. It reminds me of that. The colors of the night sky are very pretty. God, it's just so pretty. The games are... What's your opinion on remakes or remasters of older titles? Actually, I guess funny thing. I discussed watercolor is so cool. It's very nice. I guess, Viceroy, it's your question. Simba. God, I have to ready my brain. I have to rev it up. But I talked about Project 06 a little bit earlier, but I think that the key thing is understanding what is a good change. There's like 3 types of changes when it comes to remakes and remasters. There are like, I would say, objectively good changes. Things that enhance the experience or make the game a stronger experience. There are bad changes, which are ones that lessen the experience. These are things that are oftentimes changes that are bad changes are unintentional. These are bugs introduced due to development. These are problems that are introduced later that only come up due to problems in design choices, like in new design choices that were unintended. Mostly. Some design choices are, like, I don't think anyone makes a design choice that's intentionally bad. But I do think that sometimes they make ones that are made out of lack of hindsight. You know, lack of retrospect, lack of hindsight. Sometimes it's really just narrow vision that can really mess with a dev in a remake or a remaster. But with Project 06, I found that a lot of changes, in my opinion, were not good. Were not like inherently good, inherently bad. But some of them had consequences that went both ways. You know, like like I think I discussed it once, that there were changes in the game that had interesting consequences that I don't think anyone could have anticipated. Which the greatest example I can think of off the top of my head, it's kind of like my archetypical, here's my thought, is the decision to change the speed of characters in that project had unintended consequences for the level design. So my notes were kind of followed the idea of, well, it might be a wise decision to try changing the level design to better fit these stronger character because the characters feel a lot better. But I do think that, you see that Zero Wing is on Steam? I did not. I need to look into this. I'm gonna write that down. But I think with a lot of remakes and remasters, most changes fall into I would say a lot of changes fall into the conceit of not being objectively good or bad, but being a matter of subjectivity that you have to stop and take into account. And that can be tough to do sometimes, I think. I'm missing the one. Just the one. I need to go back down. Going back down. Whee. I need to go find there's one more in here that I haven't found yet. I need to go find it. I need to investigate. Let's see. Probably up the upper path. I'll need to take a gander at that then. But a lot of remakes and remasters, some of them are really welcome though, because they also reinvigorate interest in their series. Interestingly, I think that we're playing Persona 3 Reload on Thursdays, and for everybody who's new, if you miss a stream, I do keep the VODs on a related YouTube channel. That's linked in the About section on the Twitch somewhere. But Persona 3 Reload is a great example for reinvigorating interest in a series, and specifically in an individual game. And I think the remakes that they do with that are fascinating, because if you didn't play the game before but don't have a system that can play it, that, you know, you can't play it now, I find that these remakes are a great way for new fans to meet the games for the first time. And that can be really good for a series that, if, like, you know, they aren't able to meet these fans earlier. Great example, the Spyro Reignited trilogy, I think, is a great way for some people to get into those games if you didn't get to see them earlier. Like me. I haven't gotten around to playing the Reignited trilogy yet, but because I've been kind of keeping it in case I wanted to do a stream for it. But the key thing is that for someone like me who never got to play them, it would be the preferred way to play them, because we have no other option. And getting those games can be difficult. But it also means that for some devs, it's actually a great place for them to be able to rectify old mistakes. Because video games are one of those few times where you can go back, genuinely remake something, and like, movies do this too, but I think that video games... Fun fact, you can sing for the peacocks. Oh, can I? Wait. This is important. Hang on. Go back. Peacocks. Where are they? Where are the peacocks? Let me go back. I am going to go back down and find them. Where are they? Here you are. Hello. Oh! Thank you, Lonky. I didn't know that. That's a very nice touch. Oh, you can sing for the birds. That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. That's a lovely little detail. There's actually this game has it's a cumulative thing, and I think it's been building up in the back of my head. All of the little details that this game has been having, in like alongside all of these big things, I think that those are where this game's greatest strengths lie, is in those little things that really show that the passion behind the work. And I think that's really nice. Very pretty. It's also just genuinely interesting to see them do that. As part of the conversation was the Battlefront collection releasing, but like you said, most people have a hard time finding consoles capable of playing them again unless you're on Xbox. Right. The Battlefront collection re-releasing, I did find it interesting that they noted that they're adding characters to it. They're adding stuff to it, which I thought was interesting, because with most remakes and remasters, you know, they don't tend to do that sort of thing. It's a great game to just replay. Refuse to just take it, even doing all the puzzles. Oh, Vern, that's a great way to put this game. And I think games like this are very replayable, because it's nice when you come to revisit them. It's like revisiting an old friend. Like, ah, yes, you get to see it again. You get to relive that moment. That's very nice. This game is rather pretty too, so it's revisiting it must be wonderful. That's how I play Ico. Yeah, Eco. My brain always gets the pronunciation. My brain just goes doy. But yeah, no, Eco's oh god, I'm gonna have to go back and play Eco again. I haven't played it in a long time, and so good. That game in Shadow of the Colossus, I started last year with them, and my god, man, can't reach those. I can't quite reach. But I think that it's when you have a comfort game like that where you can revisit it, and it's like returning. I think video games have a fascinating relationship with the memory, because with a lot of things, with a lot of games, you can't, like, you know, with a lot of places in reality, it's hard to revisit them in the same ways that we revisit video games. Because video games, the memory is kept intact, if that makes sense, you know? See this game like 5-6 times now. I've played it twice and watched streams. The rest not once have I not cried at the end. Oh. Now I'm utterly fascinated what the heck was going on with that ending. I'm very excited to see now. But when it's sort of like with video games, the people change around the experience. And I think going back to our talk on remakes and remasters, the trouble I think for some games, when a game is very close to our heart and it's remade, it's like similar to with movies too, but I think with video games, it's because we were there for it. That's our experience. We got to be there. So when you remake a video game, it's sort of frightening, because you kind of worry, well, are they going to change my memory of how things happened? Are they going to touch something that's fundamental to me? And I think that can be scary. It can be difficult. But I think as long as we have the originals to return to, that isn't a problem. But I do worry when companies remove old things because they want people to buy the newest one. But I think that runs counter to the point. Because what should be done is having the original there and being able to make those comparisons, being able to see how they may have improved things, maybe how they were able to make these changes that they weren't able to in, you know, like 10 years ago. Some games get remade because certain technology moves ahead, and now you're able to do things that you just couldn't do 10 years ago, right? And I think that is a very valid and reasonable point to make when you're remaking a game, is being able to say, but we can tell the story in a way that we weren't able to last time. That one we see in the Dead Space remake. That's the version we see in Dead Space, where you have the story is now being told in a fundamentally different way, and they were able to make improvements on things that were based on player feedback, like the character of Kendra. We played Dead Space original on stream once, and Yeah, Kendra's not a fun... She's not even a fun character to deal with. Not even like a, oh, you can kind of, you know, push it under the rug kind of thing. It's like, no, she's frustrating. But then getting to see them improve that point is very good. Wow. I will answer your question in a moment, Drifter, because I'm very intrigued at what's happening. Are you achieving singularity? I don't know, but we just, like, turned the world upside down. Cool. Holy crap. Oh. Oh. Here I am. Ah! Castlevania time to redo the castle, but upside down. I see. Oh, we have a path now. We have the full path. Now we can go up there. I wonder, because there's one piece of imagery in this game, the symbolism, I haven't been able to fully understand yet. And that's the imagery of the stars. Because the rest of it I've been able to put together and piece together certain parts of the story. But it's the stars, it's the star chart aesthetic, the constellations, that sort of aesthetic. I haven't been able to quite piece what that means to the story yet. Ah, there it is. Trouble comes in threes, huh? Hello. Hello, beastie. Oh! Oh, the hand-drawn animation for the character is gorgeous. I mean, so has historically been a way for finding direction. True, that's very true. See both ways. Oh, I see. Wait, hang on. See both ways. They essentially stay all their licenses. The games are lost, but it depends on you. Yeah, very true. Yeah. Oh. Nommed. Holy crap. Also, Claudia, I think you might be right on that. Also, ooh. That is an insane visual. That visual is nuts. That is some wild visualization. Hi. Rocks. I have fallen back into the abyss. Why are you looking for the sun in the abyss? F you. Oh, it's the statue. As Our Lady had been truly broken. Cool. The inky void is very terrifying. This is it. The monster switching forms constantly was very wild. But to your point, Drifter, I do think that... I hope that it never does, but I do think that if it does... It would be a question we'd have to reckon with, wouldn't we? Oh. Interesting, because we've been finding statues of her all around, but seeing one of her actually laying down... Fascinating. What does that mean? What does it mean for her? Because all these statues of the lady, I kind of wonder what is her role in this world, in the story? What is she compared to this void? Is she the light to the dark of the world? Is she the color? Because this right here, the only color we have now is her hair. Everything else is in grays and in shades of white to black. Oop. Ooh. Scariest thing about the digital era? Yeah, true. Holy. And now we sing the world back together. Whoa. The visuals are on point right now, though. Holy crap. Remade. Absolutely marvelous, isn't it? Firstly, it's like, I'm trying to formulate the words, but I think the greatest way I could say it is that the way that this caps the experience we've had, though that this is the ending, it really does bring it together, doesn't it? Because it's the answer. It's the answer that she's been waiting for, that we've been waiting for, and that's what the story's been. Finally finding her voice again, and now that she's found everything she needed, she could hear the response as well as give it. And again, the greatest strengths were the visuals and the music, and I think the music there was at its strongest. And that's the end. My goodness. I do think, having seen that final scene, well, what the fuck did you do with the rest of the stream? Don't worry, I will find a way. But, I do think that with that final scene and with what we saw there, with like what we have visually and what's there, I do think that this is Mario Kart. Well, we're on Xbox, so we'll have to think. You guys about to mean the stars earlier, but not sure the little ones with achievements, call the larger ones mementos. Right, and given what we learned in the meaning of these things, I don't think it's that the game is about the character dying. I almost think it's about someone else dying, and the character in their mind having to come to terms with that death. Because all the statues were broken and shattered. Like, we never saw a fully complete statue until, like, a fully 100% complete everything's together statue until that moment. At least from my understanding, from my recollections. But it seems to me like it's the world, like the character going through the loss of that person. That the statue was a person. And I wonder if it was, you know, it could have been anybody, really. So the end was acceptance? Yeah. That they had pieced that person back together in their mind. They pieced together themselves and the person. And were with that final little goodbye, that little last shared song, they were able to put themselves together and take that path as shown by the stars out. That's my interpretation. You know, And there's differences, of course, and everyone. I think that the game itself and the story vary up to interpretation, which is just fine. That's wonderful. I do think the gameplay was it was taking on the side of caution, not wanting to get too difficult. It had some moments that had to make you think more than make you test your reflexes more than anything. And I think that's, as a purposeful design choice, very good. It did seem at times that they were like, okay, no, we're going to err a little bit harder there. So I'm going to share my mom's interpretation of that scene. She said the statue is herself, and she's trying to heal past the trauma, and she succeeds. But then what sort of impacted me the most? She said the scars still remain, that there's always going to be cracks and scars. But it is still such a powerful message. I like that interpretation a lot. That's a very good one, Wonky. I think that's really good too. But I think the entire game, no matter which, I think the general story generally, the interpretation is that this character is trying to get past something. It's healing. It's about the process of healing, not just loss, but the healing of some sort of pains. Gamer Momo. Gamer Mom. Gamer Mom. But I think putting these interpretations together fits. Definitely the ending being up to interpretation. There's a little extra cutscene you get when finding all the mementos that sheds slightly more light on it. Ah, I see. So finding all the mementos would shed light there. I see. Well, she made me play it and she was watching. Ah, I see. That's wonderful, though. Well, that's still wonderful. You're able to share the game together. That's nice. I see. Okay. You can now load previous chapters and visit the gallery at the extras menu. Oh, let's take a look at that real quick. Let's see. Let's see. So we have extras. Let's see what we have. Chapters, gallery, music. So chapters... Ah, so I have to find all the mementos in order to do so. I see. Gallery. Oh, some concept art type stuff. Oh, interesting. Her coat had more designs in the concepts. Interesting. Okay. Ah, look at that though. Oh, that's pretty. That's very pretty. It's still very pretty. It's like, it's simple and it's, you can tell it's like concepts, but look how nice that is. That's very nice. She has so much more insight than me because she had actual life experience and I'm a bit young to fully understand the depths of grief. I'm grateful that that's the case, Lonky. Really reminds me of Journey and Sky. I don't know how the time, I don't know what the timing would be for this game, but if it came out after Journey and Sky, or in between the two, I think that would explain maybe some of it, but man, game did it. I think they did. Yeah, look at this. Holy crap. Did it come out after? Ah, I see. It's oh, look at that. I like that. I like that a fair bit. Ah, and then here's them testing the different colors. The Smash roster. the Smash roster palette. I'm kidding though. Oh, and they have one where she hugs him. Aw. And the concept art's very pretty though. Look at that. Ooh, and they have how everything connects. Oh, that's really cool. That's a very nice. That's very cool that they had that in the planning stages. That's really cool. Look at that. That's really neat. That's really neat to look at too. Look at that. Very cool. They have the music. Interesting. The one image of the rainbow dress had the different colors labeled the stages of grief. You want a confirmation for that? Ah, I see. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna double check that though. Let me see. Let me see it again. Ah, I see. Ah, and it's oh, okay. That's why I didn't catch it right away. Different language. I think it's Italian. Very interesting. Yeah, the depths of grief, Spanish, I think. Maybe. I am unfortunately not a linguist. I know some things in different languages. I can at least identify languages, but the handwriting's looks cozy. God, it does look very cozy. I have a poncho. I think Nomada Studios in Spain. Don't quote me on that though. I'm uncertain, but that's still that's still exceptional. That's really cool. It does confirm at least that that was part of their planning process. Whether and how it came through was very left to interpretation. And I can see that that's how this game resonates with people a lot. I can understand that, because the story doesn't... You don't need to have the same interpretation as someone else, but it's still a story of healing, and that's really affecting, and that's very beautiful. And it's... I think that the fact that the game's design choices made it so that the process of this healing, of this story, was not unnecessarily painful. Like, they understood that you need that. Okay, we've made this story, but we don't want to make it so difficult that you won't see it to its end. I think that's very good. A bit of a, and I do think that it, like, obviously I didn't get 100%. I wasn't able to get everything, but I do think that for the experience they had, every minute was worth. Every minute was they were pushing this game very well, and I think that's excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Amazing game. Very cool. So I do have a strict policy that I stream until 11. Okay. So I have to find something to stream for now. The only thing that is my limitation is that I don't tend to change system midstream. Mainly just because it's a little bit difficult for me to have multiple setups ready at the same time. Like, I can't... It's hard for me to swap to a PC game from a console game, because I use a monitor, and I have to swap where OBS is to do so. And the Switch... What's good on Xbox? Let me check. Here. Let me pop out really quick. Let me pop to stuff. And I go to bed at 10. I'll stay a bit longer because I'm still doing stuff. Okay. Good to have a regular bedtime, though. It's a good routine and can keep a body healthy and happy. So, let's see. What do we have that can fit for an hour? I have currently 89 games installed. Yeah, just about. Let's see. Doom, Dead by Dying Light, Xenoverse, EDF. This EDF doesn't have as much stuff as my other save file, though, on PC. Skyrim, Escape Academy, that's for later. New Vegas, Final Fantasy VIII, also for later. Dragon Ball, pour one out for the man. Yeah, we won't linger too long today, but because we discussed it at length during the Persona stream. But yes, respects to the OG, as they say, an exceptional one. Let's see. There's GRIS. Let's see. Fortnite. Can't really play Friday the 13th by ourselves. Goat Simulator. Let's see. What to play? House Flipper. If anybody sees something that they wish to take a gander, they wish for me to explain what it is, if they see like a thing, stop me at any time. I will gladly... We have time, so we can... I can pop any of these open. Let's see. The only trouble is I don't want to continue Persona 3 on a day that I don't normally play it, because it's like, that seems because I don't think I'll do that, because that's relegated to Thursdays. That is our Thursday game. Shame we don't have the Switch set up. We could do more voice of cards, but it's good that we keep the series where they are, because then for those trying to look for the video, it would be hard for them to find it. Gotta head out. Europe time. Had a good time. Enjoyed hearing your thoughts on it. Cheers. Well, thank you, Fern. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining our library. Yeah, Europe time. Exactly. I understand. But hey, I hope you have a good one, day or night, wherever you are. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, new faces today. Always. Diet savings kicked right in, right? Yes, it did. I am an hour off today. They pushed an hour forward for me. So yes, daylight savings is in, and it makes me hurt every time. Let's see. I passed my Power Wash Simulator, right? Yeah, there it is. Ooh, spring forward. Get an extra hour for no reason. Yay! My Xbox Vampire Survivors. Did anyone see anything that caught their eye? We have a couple. We have a lot of options for an hour. Need to get to that at some point. I need to get to this one at some point. I feel like this is gonna be one of those games that I actually like actively say, no, we're making time for this right now. One day. Monopoly? Do we think we could fit an hour of Monopoly? Do we think we could win a game of Monopoly in an hour? All right. Well, all right. We have one vote for. Let's say we have one vote for Monopoly. For just for a moment. Okay. I should probably make sure that if there's anything we haven't. Let's see. This is open forum, by the way. If anyone wants to like throw in a vote on the hat, could just roll a dice once we have some answers. We won't stick too long though. We're already at 10 o'clock, so I do want to get to it. Is there a way to see your least played game? Oh, probably. Last used today. Well, sure. Just out me a little bit here. Oh, sure. Just out me a little bit here. Yes, my fixation. Last 7 days. Last 3 days. Last 2 weeks. Last 3 weeks. Last 4 weeks. Older. I see. What's at the bottom of this? Uno. Division 2. Ninja Turtles. Sonics. Space Invaders. Still don't know what this is. It's been on my system for a while now, and I still don't know what it is. Jump Force? You're still on here? Older is in alphabetical order. Try it out. The unknown game. That's right. It's in alphabetical order. So older is just in alphabetical. You're right. Wait, is it? Wait, no, it's not. What the? Oh, no, it's not in alphabetical order. Wait, what? How does this work? How does this function? Because it's... I'm so confusion. So it isn't later. Then how come this is above these? Because I've played these earlier, right? What? How does this function? So I would say, okay, so Scourgebringer starts alphabetical when it senses equal playtime 0. I guess? Maybe? But that's weird, because these two I've definitely played sooner than that. I think. Let me see. How long is Scourgebringer? Because I don't know if it'd be good to... I feel like Scourgebringer might need to be another Sunday game, I think. I'd like to give it some proper time. Let's see, Scourgebringer. It's a 10-hour game, really? The heck is this game? What is this game? I don't even know what this thing is. Just on my system. Let's see. I should probably make an executive decision quickly. Okay, let's see. Let's say... Hecko, are you still around? Actually, Drifter, you have mod powers. You could do a poll. Let's say... Because it's an hour. We only need an hour. We only need to be on for another... We only have another hour's worth, so let's put it between Monopoly and... Trying to find a game that would be reasonable for an hour. Actually, you know, let's put it between Monopoly and Killer Instinct. Let's do that. I'm just going to... Oh, God. Sort A to Z. Okay, there we go. I have one last random question. Have you read the Stormlight Archives? I know about the Stormlight Archives. I have heard of it. I have not gotten to check them out yet, though. I need to write this down for later. Monopoly. Okay, so we have 2 for Monopoly. 2. The Stormlight... I have heard of this, though. You know what? Actually, come to think of it, Crooked put down Monopoly, Viceroy put down Monopoly. I'm gonna make a note that Scourgebringer should be a Sunday stream for later. Make a note that I have to do it for later. Let's load up Monopoly. Okay, and I need to change my category so that we can be under proper streaming rules. Okay. If I do it as a... Would it be faster if I did it as a one-on-one or as a 4-player game? I'll have to think about that. I have to think about that a little bit. Let's see. Edit stream info. Change from GRIS over to Monopoly Plus. R. Okay, really quick, gotta change the title, so... Monopoly. Go. Done. Excellent. So it's you versus AI? Yes, it will have to be. We haven't played Monopoly since I did that 3D model one while ago. Well, I need to check out the Stormlight archives now that I think about it. So yes.
Welcome to Monopoly.
Oh god, I forgot about this guy. I forgot the voice of this man. See, very cool. It's a great series and hacking along too. But anyways, good night. Have a good stream. May your capitalism ever grow. Yes, of course. So thank you, Lonky. I hope to see you again sometime. It was wonderful meeting you. It's time to play Monopoly. Local mode, create new game. Living board because it's funny. Speed though. Special rule for quicker games. Oh, that might help. Download no, I don't care about that. One controller per player. AI selection. Let's do hard and very easy. Excellent. And normal. I will be... I go back to... I see. We'll do it this way. We'll do it this way. I'll be the hat. Okay, well now we're playing Monopoly.
It's your turn.
I still love this game a fair bit, even though I think Monopoly is definitely one of those games that I think for some people is it is nightmare fuel incarnate, but I like it a lot, so I can understand. I think it's because you come into Monopoly with the understanding that you're not exactly here you're not here to win, you're here to do better every time. I get to go first. I am the first. I am the man.
The board is
Silence
here.
you.
The dice. I wish you luck.
Silence you. Isn't 11... 11's the St. Charles... Oh, we're so in. I don't think there's a better way to do... There's a way to do better Monopoly. No, but my luck is superior. Just have better luck. Just be better. That's how it works, I guess. But no, getting St. Charles Place is probably the best thing ever. Statistically, St. Charles Place is the one that everyone lands on the most. It is the most visited spot on the board. By a large margin. It's very strange. I don't know if it's something to do with statistics or whatever. I don't know what it is precisely, but St. Charles Place, I actually did a programming, that was one of my first programming projects, was I had to run a program that would run dice movements around a Monopoly board like 100 times and check everything. When you play Monopoly, what are your rules for free parking? When I play in person, it's there's the money in the middle, and you get it when you land on free parking. Probability is wild sometimes. It is very wild. I think the fascinating thing with chance-based things is that there are patterns that can be observed based on averages. Because the main thing is that it's about the average dice rolls in dice-based games. Because when you consider the average roll of a die, that can actually deeply inform how these things move, how you move around a board, or how things will go. Because consider that the average roll of a d6 or a six-sided die is 3 or 4. It's the most common rolls to get 3 or 4. Like obviously, you know, with dice, it's if you're not using weighted dice, you should have the general averages of like every spot should be equal. Oh, it's roll d20. That's what it was. We haven't used that one in a while. I think it's roll d20 still. Should still be on. Roll d20, roll d4. The trouble is that with dice, I think the thing with dice that is fascinating, we haven't done a roll-off in ages. Oh boy. We haven't had a roll-off in ages. Here, Crooked, try again. We haven't done one of these in a while. I'm excited now. I'm waiting my turn. Crooked, you can go next. I am waiting my turn. Hey, got him. Money.
Persistence is the key.
How does this guy have no? Oh yeah, it's 1. Yeah, it's like how you put it though. It's 1.
Let's roll the dice.
Bonk. 9. Oh god. It's like a comedy bit. Like a comedy bit that every time that Crooked has to go for it, somebody else rolls it.
Do I see a pattern?
It's like, here, I'll roll the dice. It's like, oh god. Go now. Oh boy. Oh man, it's fun though. It's funny though, just seeing the. I haven't seen it in a while. Considers it spam now. What if I do it? Now it's just like now the system's like, hey, now hang on there, champ, and I'm like, oh hush you, system. But I think what's interesting when you consider randomness on a computer, because when you roll an actual physical die, if the numbers are set up properly, the movement of dice is oh wow, 2 14s. Oh, amazing. But the movement of dice is it should be a like purely random chance because you have exactly the same number of chances, but over the course of 100 rolls you end up with a large number of.
This sale is getting interesting.
I mean, what do you think I'm gonna do, dude?
Looks so great. This city is really nice.
I wonder if I can 3 14s. 3 14s in a row is nuts though. But with your odds though, when you have your odds set the way they are, it can be. But because I saw it this weekend with Dungeons and Dragons, is that you have when you have a die roll off among the 14s. We could definitely do it. But the key with rolling when you're rolling a die is that that random chance, you can guess, like because statistically you can probably guess what is about to happen based on the statistical values and on the other factors of that are available. But I had to pay 50 to everybody. Heck. How dare you take my finance?
Your time has come.
Send this man to jail. Kill him. Oh, that's mine. I get money back. Give me back my money. Just give me my money back.
Someone already owns this.
But I do think because you don't play Monopoly to make or keep friends. Honestly, I feel like you have to play. It's like if you play Monopoly with friends, it's got to be you trust your friends enough to enjoy it. Something I appreciate about BG3 because it calculates the odds and shows you the percentile chance to hit before you do it. It's like theoretically you could do that in general. Like you could probably do that in real life.
You have enough money to buy this,
but you have to know the DC before you do it though. And I think that's kind of the hard part. I want property.
Now that's how you do business.
That's how you secure our legacy. I love this guy's stupid voice.
Shake the dice and see what the future.
I don't know why I refer to him like that, but I like his voice. It's like this guy feels like the kind of person that would be talking a lot of smack. I want property, don't we all? Don't we all? Oh. My capitalism must expand for the sake of Lonky. Guard. I don't know. I like the idea of guards sent him to jail. He's acting like the fool.
You can't always.
But I think that's something that is fun though. Is he gets to go to St. Charles Place and pay me money. Yes, pay me money, David.
Sometimes
$10. I will death by 1,000 cuts. But I think that with D&D, generally you don't know the save. You only know that you have to make a save. But in the video game versions, it is nice that you have the ability to essentially know what your odds are, and I think that is pretty nice. I think similar systems like that, with VATS in Fallout, where they give you the odds, and you can choose to either.
Will it be you?
You can choose whether or not you want to deal with it or not. Just realized 400k to 500k for a 4-room apartment here in Singapore. Ugh. What if I just do this and just really mess with them? I don't know why, it's just really funny to do that to them. It's like, alright. It's such a dumb business deal, but I also know that it's far funnier to do it this way. What does the speed die do? I just get an extra D6? How does that work? How does that make it any faster? It just means I go around the board more. That's not how this works.
You
Mine.
landed on a free property. Do you want to invest?
I don't think you understand, sir. I am going to buy everything. My capital is exceptional.
Let's play.
Land on my spot, you fool. What does that mean? Oh, it lets you go to a property that's already free. Oh, I see. I understand. Well, that's going to be annoying. Sir, do not try to bargain with me. Dude, I heard my friends from Florida say the house they're looking at to buy is like 30K and how it's so expensive. But here's my local price. Like, dude, I wish it was like 30K.
If there's demand,
counter.
There will be an offer.
Actually, wait. No, I know what I want. Give me your money. Okay, give me this, and then I want this. I will pull the money down, though. Let me pull the... You know what? I'd be fine with giving him that monopoly if it means that I can get a monopoly out of it. I would like this. Deal?
Trading is the heart of business.
Okay, thank you. Thank God. I do not care that you have all this stuff. You are not going to be able to do much with it.
Well played.
You know what's great about this is that I know that statistically he's not going to be able to do much with this. I have made a horrible decision. That says that you'd have to live in Florida. Well, I guess it depends. If you like theme parks and you like being able to see the advent of human technology, but he could get lucky. Yes, but what are the odds of that happening? I own a lot of cacti and succulents. The weather's fine for me. I feel like with Florida, it's like, do you want to see the most exceptional forms of perturbing human behavior? But also, would you like it to be warm? I don't know, kind of every place has its pros and cons for living in. Like, every state has a problem. In the case of living in, like, all right, here's the thing. If you live on anywhere on the East Coast, there is a pro and con immediately apparent and evident. Like, great example, you live in New York, there's the city. That's the pro and the con. And then there's the rest of the state that has to suffer it. Pennsylvania, you have the roads are all messed up and everything's weird, but at least the roads are taken care of and the people are pretty okay. North and South Carolina, nobody knows where they are and everything's mixed up. Virginia, you're next to Washington, D.C. On the other hand, the Appalachians are nice. West Virginia, nobody remembers you're there. But also, well, Singapore is already 87.8, 90%, so I don't have an issue with the heat. That's true. If you don't have issues with the heat, it works out pretty well. But every single state has problems.
Buy this property. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna buy it. But every state has issues, but the states having every place you live in has issues. But if the issues are things you're okay with or you like them, or you just happen to be okay with, you know, the ramifications of your choices, doesn't matter. Every single spot of the East Coast has an issue. You go north, it's like you get to like Rhode Island, it's like, okay, there is some stuff going on up there and there is seafood everywhere. If you don't like seafood, that's gonna suck for you.
Your turn starts now.
I feel like with some places, the fact that it's right that it's that much of the business is not true. Let's just remember by the song by the late John Denver. Oh, I guess that's true. Man, does that mean your song is part of like powerful memeing?
You have enough money to buy this property. Would you like
that
to
is
invest?
strong. That's true though. I guess that's fair. I like John Denver. John Denver's great though.
Shake the dice and see what the future holds for you.
No, you're right. But I feel like when you're like trying to explain where you're from, you know, like when you say West Virginia, they're like west of Virginia. It's like no, West Virginia. I feel like anyone outside of the states would not understand that West Virginia is a state. Oh, I want that. Don't you dare try to buy me out of this one, David. I want my monopoly too. Almost heaven. Boy, what do you think? Stop that. Stop that. Just give me the monopoly.
Investment.
Your arrogance will not stop me, boy. I am realizing though I have like.
I wish you luck.
Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. We good. Oh, we're good. Oh, we're so good. We're in it.
This is your chance to own some real estate. Are you ready?
I'm gonna jack the price on this boy. I want them to get in a bidding war. That's all I want. Yes. Okay, good. Good enough. Good enough for me, because now they have to deal with... Wait, that means David has no money. You guys are just referencing the lyrics for Country Roads. What about the two Carolinas? I get them mixed up all the time. I genuinely forget which one is which. I don't live in the Carolinas. Every single time it's like I think of North Carolina, I'm like, I think it's the one that's further down, and then it's not. They're also very hot. I also don't know what actually is in the Carolinas. It's probably one of those things that confuses the crap out of me the most in my life. Is not the only one I know are the Reapers.
Out of cash.
The only other thing I remember is the Alamo. Now I own the blue. Mission finished. But the this is Texas. That is Texas, my ODaM. Well, yes, and that's why I forgot. I'm trying to remember distinctly, like, okay, what about the Carolinas do I know? I know it's where, like, if you don't want to live in Georgia or Florida, but you still want it to be warmer than average, you live in one of the Carolinas. Like, you choose that if you want to be in warm, but not in Georgia or Florida. Like, you want to be able to go up to Pittsburgh or New York City, or you want to go to Washington D.C., but you don't really want to commit to going to, like, and you want to be able to be close enough to Disney World where you can go, but you don't want to commit to living to either of those places. Get bidded. You know what? You guys can have fun. You want to go to Myrtle Beach? I guess that's fair. You know, I don't want this yellow. I don't need it. Want to come experience the fires of hell? Come on down to Arizona.
Congratulations.
I remember that the place I remember my family talking about living once was living in Colorado. That's what my mom talked about once, and Colorado's very pretty. But I win. Not all of Arizona. There's definitely at least a part of Arizona that is not on fire. Where am I going? Oh, thank God it's my place. Oh. My home. Okay, now the question is, what do I do?
Time to manage your portfolio.
You know what? Actually, I do know what to do. 1 and 1. Okay. End turn. We're good. I do not want to overextend on money right now, because it's very easy to get cooked on accident. Where's he going? But Phoenix, though, that is the monument to man's hubris. Internet has broken my brain so much I hear Colorado and think I'm a giraffe. Oh yeah, the video of the guy skiing. All right, say Colorado. I'm a giraffe. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh man, I haven't been snowboarding in a long time. Oh, that's what I'm thinking about right now. Is
Let's play.
wait, did this guy just land on income tax himself? Why? Why would he do that? Why did he choose to land on income tax? What is Blood doing? Buy your green, fool. Free Shavakadu.
Looking for a buyer. Will it be you?
Sir, I don't think you understand. I am willing to be a fool. I keep trying to play chicken with the AI, and they are winning. Road work ahead? Yeah, I sure hope it does.
It's your turn.
Yeet. Uh-oh, gamers. Oh! Yay! Oh, wait, God, wait a minute. Mine.
Are the heart of the
I shouldn't have bought that. What the dog doing? Not buying anything. Look at him. That dog hasn't bought a thing. He just keeps auctioning stuff and making me buy it. Ow. That is an 8. Oh, he dodged my St. Charles? How dare? Nah, I can't even...
How much are you ready to pay?
I'm not getting in on that one. You guys have fun. I'm not dealing with that. Do it. I have no money. I have $30. In this town, that's basically the equivalent of having... You basically have the equivalent of, like, 25 cents to see God. And you can't do anything with 25 cents. Not in this town. So I Monopoly again? Because we had an hour of stream and we needed something to do. Spare win. Yeah, truly. Honestly, because that's how my brain works. Because in my head, it's...
That's what I call...
In my head, it's like, if I cut stream off early just because I finish a game, that feels wrong. It feels wrong to me to cut off stream. We totally could be playing Uno.
Your time has come.
You know what's the Uno type I've been really liking so really lately is how many of you have heard of Infinity Uno? Because I got showed that on the sequel dose. No,
You must pay this place.
it's far more damning. It's specifically the version of Uno with like 30 different card types.
Your turn.
It looks insane. It looks absolutely wild. I'm very curious what the AI's goal was with this. What about Whoops All Wilds Uno? No, this one was... It's like you have like steal cards from opponents' hands, plus 10, plus 1. You could... There's also 4 and 8 color variant decks where you can have like 8 colors in a single deck. Or there's 4 and then there's 8 colors, and then there's... I do have Tabletop Simulator, though I've practically never used it. That's where I played it, actually. I also got to play... Pretty specifically, I also played on Tabletop Simulator the Dying Light board game. I got to try that out a little bit. Very, very interesting board game, all things considered. Wait, isn't that death? Hmm. 750. I see. Hang on. Mortgage. Let's see if I can survive this. Let's see if I can survive this. Mortgage. I might need to sell the blues. I do need to sell the blues.
That should buy you some time.
I landed on one thing and immediately died.
You did what needed to be done.
I'm very tempted just to go bankrupt just because I'm like, well, welp. All right, David, take your money. Freaking cheapskate.
Let's roll the dice.
You know what I just realized that's very funny is that I think this is the very easy AI. Wait, no, this is the hard AI, isn't it? I think. I forget which AI this one is. I think this was the hard one because I made one that was very hard and one that was very easy. I should not have given him anything. Because he's the one I bartered for the Monopoly for. I should not have given him that because he... hindsight's 2020 though. We'll see if we win. We'll see if we come out of this. Oh no, he's gonna definitely get whatever he wants out of that guy.
This town has never looked so great. Trading is the heart of business.
My god. Oh no. And this dude David he's slapping houses everywhere. You know what's even worse is that this guy Iker isn't doing anything. He's done nothing but buy stuff. He has basically done nothing but have money and sit around. Whereas this guy is basically just running the table.
I wish you luck.
Oh, good lord. Well, if I land on anything else right now, I die. Just wholesale death. Okay, well, we'll see if we survive. Oh, boy.
Whatever happens, don't settle.
Take a trip to Reading Railroad. Oh, that's like a full trip around the board. What? It's just mortgaged. Oh, I would have gotten on 50 bucks if I still had it. Oh, well, what are you gonna do? Iker thinks they're going for towards Superstars at the end for most coins, but he's playing the wrong party game. He really thought he loaded up Mario Party, huh? Oh, good. We get to go to a thing. Oh, lovely.
This property is too expensive. Find a way to raise the funds.
It's too expensive. Wait, who got that?
Congratulations.
Oh, he bought it. Okay. I guess. Well, that ain't that special. Well, ain't that just nice?
It's your turn.
Well, now I really have to hope that I can catch David off guard by making him land on something he doesn't want to. Which I don't even think I can make him land on something. Yeah, because the speed dice are gonna really screw me up on this one. I can almost guarantee it. Oh boy, here we go. This dog has $2,000. Give me some. Land on St. Charles. It's a 6. Land on it. Oh, hey. Wait, he can choose with the bus, though. Oh, never mind. Yay, 50 bucks.
For your money.
Yay, money. I have income. It really does feel like I have to get lucky. It feels like I have to get very, very lucky moving forward. Where is that taking me? Oh, thank God, and I can buy it too. Okay, cool. I shouldn't buy this, but I'm going to because we need. You have a color set. Yes, we do. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. The main problem is we need to gamble. We absolutely need the gamble. Because we need money coming in and we need to try and catch the AI. I'll wait though. I want to wait until I can get David. That's my objective right now. I need to get him. I need to get this freaking dork. My God. I do think Tabletop Simulator would be an interesting stream, if only because I'd have to find enough people to play it with. Where is he going? Oh, if you roll triples, you can just choose where to go? What? How does that work? How does this function? Iker, do not land on David's thing. For the love of God, no. Iker.
How did you do that?
Oh. Well, that's just fine, thank you. He rolled doubles and landed on my stuff. He went from house to house.
I wish you luck.
I feel like if I were to do Tabletop Sim, I'd have to do it as a collaboration or something. I don't know who I'd have to ask though. Let's see who has it available. I will say, at some point, I need to see if my PC can even handle streaming this and playing at the same time. But I would like to do Helldivers. I do have Helldivers 2 now. Would like to try it sometime on stream, but I think I'd like to play it some more before I make that choice. What does that mean? Oh. I'm gonna auction that because I don't want it. No, I'm not. You guys can fight for this one. I'm not dealing with it. Do rich from my blood. See you later, Jimbo. Wait a minute.
Now that's how you do business.
Okay, so that means that he's down $300 and has the railroad, but he might. That might put David in a bad position because now he's on go and has to approach St. Charles. He has to approach it. Land on my stuff. 9 + 2, 11. Quick maths. That's on my stuff. He was able to... I did actually get him out of money. Got him.
Your rent is due.
Give me my money. Perish. This is why St. Charles is the GOAT. It's the absolute king.
That should buy you some time.
Interesting maneuver. God, all I need to do now is just hope that he lands on my stuff. I might buy houses if I get past the yellow and the orange. I might buy houses. I might buy houses. Well, I do like the I like the Helldivers. It's pretty interesting. It's very weird though because I haven't gotten to play online at all yet. Because well, Emeraldo, I still remember Future Saver. Emeraldo was very generous. We've been trying to get it to work off stream though. I don't know why it doesn't work. It's very strange. Oh, hey.
Transportation is a really lucrative
I'm not buying it.
business.
But the, it's kind of bizarre though, because the game refuses to work. Which I think is very strange.
This town has never been so great.
Okay, David bought 2 railroads and now has no money. If he lands on my stuff, he's gonna have to pay for it. Oh my god, if he rolls 1s. If he rolls 1s, I'm gonna be happy. Go for it. Land on my stuff. What is that gonna do? Oh, that's right. There's still a red that we don't have.
Can't buy this property. Is there another way to get
It's
it?
definitely probably one of the most bizarre games of Monopoly I've ever seen, though. But I think the random chance involved in these kind of games does lend itself to being. I think the random chance here, it makes it so that it's basically just a glorified roulette table, but I appreciate the roulette table. The glorified roulette table is very fun. It's very strange. All right, my boy, roll the dice. You know, given that we played GRIS and we had probably one of the most fascinating times and like just absolutely beautiful style, and then we get to come to this and see this absolute wild nonsense. It is something to be said.
No harm will come to you here.
No harm will come to you here. In a parking lot? Are you sure, my guy? Depends on where. Oh, depends on what business the parking lot is.
Shake the dice.
Oh, that's right. He rolled
See what
doubles.
the future holds for you.
Please, my guy, don't land on David's stuff. I think this is a good way to pass the air, but yeah, it's gonna be wild to pair these in the VOD. It's happened multiple times now where you watch a VOD and you're like, okay, how does this transition to this? And it's like, yeah, it happens.
Tough luck.
I imagine this is the part in the VOD where some people just say, yeah, I don't want to watch Monopoly. And I'm like, hey, fair. Hey, pretty fair. I cannot say that is with like, I cannot take any offense if somebody watching the VOD later says, I didn't really want to watch the Monopoly section. And I'd be like, am I supposed to tell you you're wrong?
Interested in buying this property?
You know what? Just so it's bought, sure. At this point, sure.
I wish you luck.
I mean, granted, I think it's it's probably not the worst thing to pair together. Though. Ooh. Oh, thank God! I got real scared for a second there. Oh my God!
Let's roll the dice.
Real fear is getting teleported somewhere, not knowing where you ended up. Pen and bus. Where does that take you?
Perhaps you should manage your portfolio.
I do not fully grasp how the bus works. Then again, I haven't actually got to see the bus in action, so. Why did he buy his way out of jail? He has money. Could have just sat there, my guy. When did the red die even get introduced into play? After everybody made the first rotation. That was when it got introduced. So it's supposed to be a way to make the game faster. So I see why though, because it's warping you everywhere. I got warped like halfway across the world. I am not a fan of going this fast. Oh God! Oh wait, no, this is fine. Wait, no, wait, this one's fine. This is fine. I don't want to give him money, but $100 is fine. I can live with that. I'll survive this. Okay, 10 and bus, which I do not get to use. I see how it is. I do not understand this. I do not understand how doubles interplays with the red dice.
Home sweet home. Have you thought about upgrading?
Game, please. I don't want to keep rolling like this. Okay, 7 and.
Sometimes
How does this work? How did I end up here?
Never give up.
Okay. I do not want to be here, but
Let's play.
oh my God.
It's really nice.
Okay, he rolled the Monopoly Man. What does that mean? Okay, why? Okay, so does it send him to the next owned property by another player now? I don't know how the Monopoly Man works at this point. I feel like it's just the game saying, well, it's time to see if you die. Do you want to perish today? I wish you luck.
Whoa, you know what you're doing.
I feel like being told you know what you're doing when it's rolling for movement feels like the most. It really does feel like the most middle finger of that this game. It's like the largest middle finger this game could apply to you. Just here you go, buddy. You know what's the only downside is I know that the thumbnail of the VOD is gonna look real stupid because it's gonna be here's this beautiful art of like the title and GRIS and like the lady. It's gonna be really cool, and then it's gonna be paired with the fact that it's like, okay, here and also here's this T-posing Monopoly man behind me in the corner. Like, okay. I don't know why I like adding T-posing characters to when they're only like an hour of stream. That's what I like doing. Not sure why either. It just makes me happy. It's my comfort move. It's my comfort thumbnail. 90% serious thumbnail and then 10% oops T-posing characters.
Your turn starts now.
Yeet. Okay, 10 plus 3 is 13. Where does that even put me? Or do I just keep landing on... Oh, that's my stuff. Oh, thank God. Okay, cool. Amazing.
You're home. Maybe it's time to
I'm gonna end my turn for now, but only because I am very scared. I was gonna say, like, yeah, have it be 99% grease and the tiny figure of the Monopoly Man peeking out of somewhere. It's kind of what I like doing. I don't know what it is either. It's just like... It's just like... It's very silly, and I know it is, but it makes me happy. Oh, God. Why is he doing this? He is gambling right now. You know, if he rolls like a 3 or something, we're gonna be in business. Okay, bus and 10. Interesting. Interesting choices. Interesting choices. Very interesting choices. Okay, I think I need to... I genuinely think I need to put together something so I can... I need to start putting... I need to invest in my property, but I'm also scared. I'm very scared to do that. Oh, cool, I get my $2.
Someone already owns this property.
I get $2 out of him. It's so stupid. Oh, boy. Okay, I think once I'm past the cavalcade, I can... Okay, that's a 11 Monopoly Man. What does that mean? Electric company. Ooh.
You must pay this player.
Oh God, and I still have to... okay, wait, no, I still have to get past the orange again. Ugh. This is bad. This is bad for me. Oh, and I can't buy houses now because of... Oh wait, no, I can buy houses. I can buy houses. Okay, do I run that gamble? Really? Wait, board map. Where is he? He's on... Oh, he's on the 1. He won't get him. But I could get... With this, I could get... I could get that boy. So, you know what? It's worth the gamble. It's worth the gamble. It's worth the gamble. Okay. Oh, it's such a bad idea. It's such a bad idea. It's such a bad idea because like 6 and 7 are some of the most common rolls of the game. Like a third D6 might be able to get me enough out of it to get out of there, but
I love what you've done to the place.
These last 15 minutes are gonna make my brain hurt. Okay, Iker, just roll. What is it? A 10? Roll a 10. Roll. What does that even mean? Oh. Well, I mean, it's still money towards me, but if he rolled 1 more, he would have landed on St. Charles.
Let's roll the dice.
Please. 9 plus Monopoly Man. Where does that put me?
Sometimes bad things happen. Smart investors never give up.
I'm getting scared every time I roll the dice now. I have to go past orange. Like, that place is a nightmare. That's a minefield. The most terrifying place to be on the planet. Tennessee Avenue. Oh, cool. I can get money out of him. Thank you for your, oh, never mind. I forgot I mortgaged it because I had to pay him $750. I just realized, how did he pay $750? How did I pay him $750 and he has nothing now? He has no money.
Double.
Oh, God. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. Oh, thank goodness. He got past it. Oh. Oh, I got real scared for a second there. I'm so scared that Iker's gonna give David an absolute boatload of money and just delete me with houses on everything.
Your time has come.
I think this game the story comes from the fact that you have to suffer waiting every agonizing moment to see what happens. 'Cause now it's just watching and praying that something goes right. Oh boy. Do I even know? Is that even not mortgaged? No, it's not. I feel like David is all risk and Iker is all safe. Yeah, exactly. Wait, he bought one. What the? Why?
I wish you luck.
Why do you do this to me, David or Iker? Why do you do this? That's a 10. What does that do for me? I will flip my way to victory. Check this out. God's community chest.
It's time to find out whether you have
Oh, thank God.
or bad luck.
My luck is improved. My luck is improved. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. It's like, this is probably the most... This has got to be the most stressful thing to watch this happen now. Like, the beginning of this Monopoly game, no stress. The middle of this game, not too... It's stressful, but not too bad. This part of the game is scary. We've entered the danger zone.
And see what the future holds.
All right, my boy, you need to land on my stuff. You have so much money that you are not going to use. Give me your money. You know what? I'll take it.
Sometimes you have to pay the price.
I'm going to take it, even though I don't like it. I will take it. I may not like it, but I'm going to take it.
Your time has come.
You know, every time he says your time has come, I feel like he's just like loading a gun. He's loading a 50 BMG and just like sitting up like your time has come.
Good news.
Okay. We need to play a little risky. We need to I need to get David one way or another. Okay.
Congratulations.
We are going to hit him with that yeehaw.
That's how we
Your time has come. Farewell. Just your time has come. Farewell. I have $10.
Let's
Roll
play.
and land on my stuff. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yes. Stuff.
You must play this
Finances. Give me my money. Oh, God. Now I just have to hope that him and Iker land on my stuff. If Iker rolls, what is it?
Wish you luck.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's a 6. A 5, 7, or 8. 5, 7, or 8. Please, please. Oh no, he's dead in a different way. Iker, please, my guy. I needed you to land on my stuff. Oh no.
Someone already owns
Oh
the
my
property.
God.
Time to pay
Why
the
would you
rent.
give him money, Iker? Just like... Why?
It's your turn.
What kind of roll was that? That was the most like limp-wristed roll I've ever seen. What sort of hellion nonsense is that? Oh God.
Perhaps
Okay,
you should
David,
manage your
land on my stuff. Just roll 3. You can do it. It's so easy. Actually, a 5 or a 6 would be better, but... That's an 8. Oh. Oh God. I'm so scared now. I wonder if this game... I remember we talked about it in other games. I wonder how
to manage
much...
your portfolio.
I do wonder how much this game... Oh no.
Mighty oaks from little acorns grow.
I do wonder how much this game, if it does cheat, if like the AI does David is crazy. David's losing his mind. He really wants to one-shot somebody. He really wants to one-tap somebody. He wants somebody to land on that and explode. He wants their bank account to delete themselves. But it's a 10 and Monopoly Man. He skipped everything. How? How do you function, Iker? Okay, just roll high. 7. Oh, that's instant death. Okay, well, I just die.
Don't give up.
No.
Is the key to success.
No. Okay. Dead. I got to lose a game of Monopoly. Well, this game certainly lasted an hour. Hey, it did! Hey, you know what? It did what it needed to, which is get us to the point. What I will do, really quick, just so we can hover over GRIS and I can set the category to GRIS so that when we because I'm gonna raid over, I'm gonna find someone to raid to. One way or another, we're raiding to somebody. I am going to change the category back over to GRIS because I would like to talk about that more than the Monopoly game we just played. There we are. Done. We are. Cool. Excellent. Okay. Well, so thank you all for coming by. Thanks to everyone who came by to stay to the end. This has been a fun night. This was eventful. GRIS was fantastic. Monopoly, but GRIS was fantastic. That was excellent gaming. Let's see. This week, looking ahead, Wednesday we have more Voice of Cards, the Forsaken Maiden, and Thursday is more Persona 3. I am probably going to spend an inordinate amount of time in Tartarus to make up for last time, so we can get what we need out of Tartarus and then leave. Let's see. And then this next Sunday is St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna think about what we do for that. I'm still not quite sure what we're doing for it. I'm thinking about maybe make it Community Mario Kart night, or the other thought I had. This is a very good artistic game. I wonder if anyone's written academic papers on it. Probably. I imagine there's also some video essays about it. I have to be assured in that. But I'll figure out what this next Sunday will look like tomorrow in the morning when I do the schedule. So, again, thank you all for coming by. I just had a wonderful. Today was great. Let's see. Let's see. What do we got going on? Let's see. Oh wait, Cloudy's streaming. We can raid over to Cloudy. We'll raid over to Cloudy. Oop, there we are. But this week I get to start some of my new stuff, so I'm very excited to start new works in the coming days because I have a lot going on. I guess just to give you guys a minor update on what's coming up. I'm doing another long novel, Greenwalker sized novel next, because I want to. There's a story I've been wanting to put together that I wish to have down before I get to the next thing. And somewhere in the next few months, I am going to start pre-production on the next game. Because I figured it would probably be a good idea to take some time to expand my abilities in game design in order to make the best I can next time. Make another big jump forward in game design. So, look forward to that. I should have some stuff about the next game I wish to make. I should have some stuff I should have some new stuff to show in maybe a month or two, I think. But we'll see. So, now whenever I see you guys next, goodbye for now, and thank you so much. I'll see you soon.